to call them terrorists, other factions. Actually, very moderate. And we want to send them humanitarian aid via the military bases that we want to keep. Also, we couldn't do anything because we didn't have any ground forces there. There have been ground forces there for years now. So he's denying defeat despite the fact that they're actually very moderate. And we want to send them humanitarian aid via the military bases that we want to keep. Also, we couldn't do anything because we didn't have any ground forces there. There have been ground forces there for years now. So he's denying defeat despite the fact that they're actually very moderate. And we want to send them humanitarian aid via the military bases that we want to keep. Also, we couldn't do anything because we didn't have any ground forces there. There have been ground forces there for years now. So he's denying.
All right. We're gonna go to PNR and join PNR. La 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 la. We're still talking about the same stuff. Luigi Mangione. So last time I was asking if he is a terrorist. It just dropped that they're gonna charge him. And what is that? Update ready for what? Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. I didn't do an update. Oh my god, this is very dangerous. Very dangerous. Okay, so for now, let's see. What were we watching last time? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me close. Yeah, I'm still thinking in the background about. Oh my god. Let me. Give me a second. Give me a second. The police. Give me a second. The police. The police. You know what? Let me. 1 second. All right. Okay. Yeah, I think there's got to be a way to resolve Bell's paradox. What I'm thinking is, um, I don't know. I don't know how to do this. I don't know, but it feels like it's a. Of course, it feels like it's just a paradox. It should be resolvable. Wait a minute. Let me open my own stream on my iPhone so I can monitor any incoming Mace Jace. So about Bell's paradox. So the question is, how do you get 100% here, and how do you get 0% here? That's the question. How do you do it? Given that it has to be here. This is the only place where you can do it. You have to write some sort of function measure that takes in the measurement angle and compares it to the spin of the particle, takes the difference and uses the difference to get to decide up or down. And somehow, by some miracle, when right then you have two particles. When one particle is up, then this one must be down 100% of the time. You cannot have a discrepancy. How do you do that? It's like the decision to be measured. The decision to be measured can't be random. It could be random, but it has to be shared. It has to be a shared decision. Did we? Yeah, but even then, when we share the decision, this is a shared, it's not a shared decision, but it's a shared random variable. Sharing the random variable is not enough. What you can also do is maybe use a weight on the shared random variable. Which one is this? I don't know which one this is. What other test? No, these are already Bell tests. This is a fake test. It's stretched. This is fake. It's it's just, it's the same measure. Measure is the same, but the we play. Oh, there's four people watching. There's four four people watching. Yeah, this is just stretching. That's not good. Yes, hello. I made poor life choices.
Hey, what up? You talking shit about my man, Luigi?
Yeah, yeah, I am.
Talking shit, man. You're gonna
Um,
get slapped one of these days.
wait, what?
Gonna get slapped one of these days.
I'm gonna get slapped?
Yeah?
So that's all you got? So just you like
Got one.
you don't have an argument? You cannot.
What do you mean an argument? About what?
What do you mean? What do you mean? I mean, right away you're offering violence?
Oh yeah. I'm not offering it personally. I'm just saying it's likely.
Yeah. But why would you even bring it up?
Is you talking shit?
Yeah, okay, but don't you want to convince me that I'm wrong?
Nah,
What do you mean, nah?
you're just wrong.
That's it? So,
Yep.
mm-hmm. So you don't want to debate?
Well, you can debate, but you're still wrong.
I mean, are you open? So you're not open-minded to changing your mind, I guess I would say.
Why would you change your mind from the right position to the wrong position? It doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying that we have to solve it. The only way to solve this disagreement is by force?
I'm just saying people that talk shit get smacked
Mm-hmm.
sometimes.
Mm-hmm. So so you're gonna spread your ideology using force, not using an argument, is what you're saying.
I'm not spreading anything.
Well, you're. What do you mean? This very discussion that we're having, right? You're trying to shut me up, right? You're trying to let me know that it's not a good idea to express, my opinion.
Well, if your opinion is wrong, isn't it a good thing to stop you from saying it?
You're not, but right, you're not just saying that it's wrong, and you're not offering an argument. Instead, you're bringing up that it's dangerous.
Why would I argue with someone who's wrong?
Yeah, I'm not. We're past that. I'm asking now a different. The topic has changed. Now the question is. So the only way to resolve the situation that we disagree is by force, right?
Is for you to say that Luigi is based.
Right, and
Say
and
it.
the reason. And the
Say
reason,
it.
what?
Say Luigi is based.
You want me to say that Luigi is based?
Yes.
What would you gain from that?
Come on, man. You know you want to. Throw away all this moral grandstanding and
More.
just say what you know to be true.
What I know to be true. Okay. I know to be true that Luigi Mangione is a.
Is
No, I wouldn't say that he's based. I would just
yes, you
say
would.
I would just say that he is what I was when I was his age. I was disinformed. I was malinformed, misinformed. I was an idiot when I was his age, probably even much stupider than he is now.
Well, now you're a bootlicker. So what does that say?
What do you mean? No, I'm talking about myself, how I used to be when I was. I can understand him and I can understand you if you are young. Then I can understand you.
So before you were misinformed, and now you're a bootlicker. You're literally simping for billionaires who murder people.
Not be. Wait. So okay. Now you're beginning to argue. You're beginning to debate. Interesting. That's good.
You're just saying what's right, bro.
That's good. We're making good progress. At least you're not offering violence.
You're still gonna get smacked if you go around talking shit.
Well,
Not by me, but by someone.
I can look. I understand. I understand. I understand your anger. I understand Luigi's anger. I'm saying when I was your age, I used to
Have you
be.
ever been on Reddit?
Sure. I've been on Reddit.
Why don't you go to Reddit,
Uh huh.
open sea, and dilate?
Open sea and dilate. What?
You're missing your daily dilation.
What? I don't know what that means.
I'm telling you, in essence, to dilate, tranny.
I don't know what that means. I'm an old
Look it
man.
up.
I
Look it
don't.
up on Google Images.
I don't know what you're
Look
even.
up dilation on Google Images.
I don't know. I don't care.
Well,
Nevertheless.
have fun with it.
Okay, so he's gone. That was very, very interesting. Yeah, young men are very dangerous creatures. Sometimes young women too. Sometimes old men and women, but in general, young men are very dangerous. Especially young men without women. Young, lonely men are very dangerous. Very dangerous creatures. Anyway, so so this is fake. So the question is how to get this result. Now, you have to understand that if Bell is correct, then reality is not reality. Then the universe is not there when you're sleeping. The universe is not there when you're not observing it. Whatever that means, I don't even know what that means. No one knows what that means. The universe is a very confusing place. That's one problem. That's called superposition. The other problem with the universe is entanglement, is that the universe is there's a web. The universe is an incredible web of these connections, these instantaneous connections that never go away. they only dilate over time. There is a connection from any place in the universe to every other place. Ti la 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 la. La li la 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 la. Yes.
Hello.
Hello, Torch. How are you?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm good. You?
I'm okay. Are you familiar with Luigi Mangione?
Yes. The Italian opera singer.
Yeah, exactly. The Italian. Yeah. So, what do you think about our friend Luigi Mangione? What do you think of his work?
What do I care? I have healthcare. I live in a country that has healthcare.
Oh,
So
you're German.
yes.
Hmm. Interesting.
But everybody else in Europe has healthcare too, or everybody else in the developed world for that matter.
Well, you're
Besides the United States. I mean free healthcare functioning. Different
okay.
very many different systems, but what I do think,
Hmm.
do I think it's terrorism?
Hmm.
Uh, fits my opinion. There fits a little bit the organizational part of it. There is lacking. So I would not necessarily divide it. Like you, in my opinion, you need one. The Unabomber is not a terrorist. He's just a weirdo who killed people. Like yeah, like in my opinion, terrorism requires a certain level of organizational ability, and that is just something you don't have with this guy
Hmm.
or most terrorists that, for that matter, are one person.
Hmm. Okay, I mean, but that depends on the definition of terrorism. Let's assume that the word terrorism just means that you try to terrorize. You, that's your intent. Your intent is to terrorize.
The definition is very broad. Like literally in the Wikipedia article, no definition of terrorism has gained universal agreement. So yeah,
So there's no such thing as a terrorist.
no, there's no universal definition.
Well, there's no universal definition for anything because I can always
No,
disagree.
that's not true. So there's a lot of universal linguistic definitions in certain languages. Like a chair is any variation of English a chair. There are some different words for it, but generally speaking, if you talk anybody from Australia to England to United States, you know what a chair is.
No, I can always disagree with any definition that you offer. So,
You can disagree, yeah, but I mean there is the societal or organizational consensus, not the individual consensus that matters here, in my opinion.
right, but you said
Individual, like the thing is, it's an organizational, like, and even like organizational, or generally speaking, linguistic, universal accepted opinion. There is the thing is there is things that are more consolidated and more agreed upon. I would say in any definition, any word book you pick up, English dictionary, you'll find a definition of a chair. You're gonna find maybe definitions for terrorism, but it's not necessarily that that definition will be universal in other dictionaries.
right, but I'm just saying that any definition
Are
that,
you American, if I may ask?
excuse me,
You're not American, right?
I happen to be an American, yes.
Yeah, just don't sound like one very much.
I'm
Not like the most common accent.
Yes, the accent is not American.
What is it? I may ask.
I cannot disclose that information.
You cannot disclose the country.
Right, exactly. Correct.
Can you disclose your native language?
No,
Why not? This is a place of millions of people.
I tried
You're
to
but you're Slavic.
try to remain anonymous. It's
Try to remember this, but you literally I forgot to look at your name. Mere Slavic. So I guess you're somewhere from Eastern Europe,
no,
or better.
that's actually Mr. Slave.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, dyslexia, my dear. My bad. But are you, so why can you not? Is it that bad if you tell me which linguistic background you have?
Yeah. I tried
Grouping.
the
Give me a
person
grouping. Linguistic grouping.
the person that
Slavic, Latin,
the
Germanic.
the person that was just now a minute ago before you in this very room made threats against me. So I you
I would not do that, mate. The point is, don't worry. Like I'm not gonna do any threats. My point is, like, why do you care? A person who has healthcare about some murder that happened in a country that doesn't have functioning healthcare systems, and generally speaking, why do you care? Why should I care? Like this is like the only thing I care about America is its foreign policy and its trade policy. Anything else, really, as a European, is like to a certain extent is more like eating popcorn in front of TV, like in front of a TV, and you know that. It's all what it is.
I mean
It's a nice entertainment.
the murder that happened uh
It's entertaining
I mean
for us.
you you know you could say that dying is entertaining, you know.
Oh yeah, dying is very entertaining, but it's not about that. It's that this has zero consequences on our lives here in Europe.
I I don't think so. I think this is very consequential for the planet, for the
There's other more important things than this specific subject. I would say that there are important things. Don't get me wrong. This is not one of them.
I think this is one of the most important things in the world right
This
now.
is no. There's way more important things.
Anyway,
Way more.
I think this is part of the final collapse of civilization.
Not really.
Well, I think it is.
Mate, healthcare has been a problem for the United States for a while now, and have there been plenty of murders because of it? Yeah,
This I don't think this.
mate. This is not. This is not. There's no collapse happening.
I'm not.
This is just gonna move on.
I'm not.
There's not. There's not an end.
I'm
That
not.
they stop being doomers. There's nothing.
Look.
This is just gonna go on.
Okay, hold on. Look, I'm not worried so much about the murder or healthcare as much as I'm worried about the discourse in society that a young man didn't come to Discord to have a
Yeah,
debate. Hold on.
and
Wait,
mate. I'm gonna
wait.
be honest. Even not discord, even if it's war, it's not the end. Wars end eventually. Millions of people die, sure, but in
Hold on.
the end, things will go on,
I don't think so. I,
mate. Mate, you look at our history in this regards. We are not any different.
no, no,
We
no.
are we are not living in a special time. We're just living in one another moment in history that just moved. That is sluggishly moves on and changes and reforms. Has our species evolved? Sure. Does it mean that we not continue? Absolutely, we will continue. But you know what? Our history is a bloody mess, and our history will continue to be a bloody mess. It's just who we are. And the thing is, we need to accept it. I think people just lie to themselves. I think Christianity, certainly Christianity and Islam, are certainly the biggest liars of themselves ever been to a certain extent in this regard, because they actually believe they changed humanity as we are. No, we have not changed. We're as bloody and as ignorant as we have ever been. And you know what? That's okay, because that's just part of who we are. The same way we love, we hate, we want to enjoy life is the same way we butcher people. It's just part of who we are. The duality of man. It's all what it ever was.
No, I don't think so. I think that this time it's different.
Why? Why?
I think because of the internet.
No,
Because
mate. I can look it up. The assassinations of at least of hundreds of people on Wikipedia from people who were assassinated over the last century. You know what, mate? It's just like there's nothing special. You have,
Mangione
there's
is not a terrorist. He is not a terrorist. He's a fighter of the people. Okay.
mere slave,
Mr. Slave.
Mister, or just Mister. Um, there's just no, you just there's just no reason to see it that doomery, because our whole history is carnage. It's who we are.
Right, but right in the beginning, it was just within our local clan, and then it was local to a village, and then to a city, and now it's global. We have become
Matus has been global for over 100 years now. It's been
right.
global since my great grandfather died in the fields of Verdun and bled out on the fields of the Memel. Like,
Anyway, look, I think at the end, civilization will collapse.
nah, not really. There's no reason for it. And even if it does, mate, our species won't die out. Civilization will collapse. A new civilization will rise from the ashes of the old.
No, 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 I don't think so. At the end, it's going to
Mate,
be
no, no, our species won't die out. Mate, you're just a doomer. Stop being a doomer. There's no reason. Even if we fucking nuke each other, every single city on this planet, we won't die out as a species. We will be decimated. But you know what? Civilization will turn on. We will not die out. Millions of people will have died. But you know what? Life will continue to sluggish go on, and civilization will rebuild itself from the ashes of the old.
how do you know that?
How do you know that? The nuclear protection, that's pretty easy to find out. Generally speaking, there's enough light. First of all, there's enough natural places. There's people in the most harsh conditions on this planet. Like, there's people who live in unpopulated regions.
How do you know?
There's people who have nuclear bunkers. There's all these kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
but in the
who the
long,
fuck would,
how do you know that we're gonna survive? Right? You keep saying that
how do I know
civilization.
we will survive? Because currently, like, to be honest, how we are designed as a species, we're more like cockroaches. First coming on the screen, like, we're the hardest shit to kill. So long we just, yeah, like, so long there's possibility of life. So long there's like, yeah, like, currently there's no reason for the climate to be like, even if it goes to the most horrible currently projected models for climate change, our species will continue to survive.
Wait, how do
It's
you
not going to be
know?
nice.
Look, I'll tell you what I think is going to happen. I think society will collapse, and
Nope.
the wait. Let me just express my
Yeah,
opinion.
mate.
Hold on,
I
hold
know
on,
the points you're saying, and just, mate,
hold on,
stop, mate. Very simple.
hold on,
Stop worrying so much.
hold on. So I'll tell you how I think it's going to end. I think it's going to end through like a North Korea type of planet. Our planet will become like North Korea.
That's not the end. That's still life. It's not a nice life. It's
Right.
still
But
life.
it's going to get worse. There's going to be a bunch of North Koreas, and it's going to be a race to the bottom. At the end, there will be nothing. At the end, it will be
North
a
Korea is still something. North Korea is still a
yes,
state as able of
yes,
keeping guns. It's not that it was fed. Is
yes.
at a leadership. North Korea is I think North Korea is how to put it is a Herman state, but it's still a state. It's
Yeah.
still a system of territory that rules of something. And the thing is, this
Yes.
will this be the rest of our planet? No. First of all, we have more agricultural capabilities. That's first of all. North Korea is just a very, how to put it, incompetent, over
No,
controlled system. We cannot forget that.
No, North Korea is not. Look, North Korea
It's
is
a highly incompetent, corrupt
no,
system.
no,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
no.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. North Korea is a system that is built for its the elites.
Mate,
Hold on,
no, North
hold
Korea
on,
is built as being a buffer zone for China between it
hold
and the
on,
West.
hold
That's
on,
the only thing why North Korea exists.
hold
And
on.
now it sees a more
Torch,
lifeline
torch,
through the Russian Federation.
torch. Let me talk a little bit. You're over talking me. You're talking over me endlessly. Let me
Yeah,
say
because you're
something.
talking retard. Because you're taking nonsense, mate.
Look,
Okay, then let him finish his nonsense.
yeah, let me talk a little bit. So, North Korea is not like other states that make progress and people come and go. North Korea, you cannot leave. You can,
I'm aware.
and it's not so simple to enter. North Korea is not designed to be a state for the people. North Korea is designed to be a comfortable place for the ruling elites. And that's it. The people, they don't care about the people. Some of the people, are alive just
No, it's not
barely.
for the elites, mate. It's not for elites. It's
What?
for the one eternal ruling dynasty. Mate, it's a monarchy in the end. It's a monarchy without calling itself monarchy. It's
No,
a royalist state.
no,
It's more akin to
no,
to what
no,
the people. Yes. Yeah.
no. Look,
Oh,
hold on,
who? Okay,
hold on.
who's the current ruling state for the last
Hold
three
on.
presidents of North Korea?
Hold on. Look, North Korea is different because you cannot leave North Korea. That is,
So
that
we could
has
not leave East Germany.
exactly. So this is different. It's not,
Not
but
really, no. Since 100 years ago, since we keeping having the ability to closing our own borders, stuff like this is the norm. This has happened in the Soviet Union. This happened
but
during
even
East Germany.
the Soviet Union
Nope.
tried.
You
Hold on. Let me get a sentence through. So even in the Soviet Union, the Soviet Union tried to give the people a life. There was progress. There was technology. Some people were coming and going. I mean, it was terrible. But North Korea, it looks like the
still technological progress. developing nuclear weapons, trying to bring sometimes a little bit more better life for some of its elites. Like you still have that in North Korea.
Look, the
Not
point.
not not a lot.
Look,
It still happens.
my point is that that's
Your
how
point is not avoid.
look. The point is that that's how I see this planet ending. The planet
It's
will
not the
end.
end.
No, no, no. It's gonna. It's that. It's that's just one phase. It will end. Ultimately, there will be no life on Earth. Right? You see
It's
that.
not because of us. The time that life on Earth will end is either if this planet is moving away from the sun
No,
That's
no.
as
called
a
that's
body,
called an apocalypse.
or if the sun in several billion of years will expand. That's the end of life on this planet. We are not the end of to being so arrogant to believe that we could annihilate life is actually like is baffling. You believe actually humans are that capable. Like that's even more like we're hard to kill, but we're not the rulers of life. We
Okay,
could not even
torch.
kill life if we
Okay,
wanted to.
torch. Okay, hold on. Look, all I'm trying to say is that Luigi Mangione, what he did, that's a tiny step in that
No, it's
direction.
not. No, it's not. It's bullshit. It's total fucking bullshit. You're talking here. Like that's like this is doomerism. This is retardation. Please, mate, get a little help. Go get us some fresh air. Live a life. Because
Torch,
this is just
tor-
some dumb idiot killing a person because he thinks
no,
it's the correct course.
no,
It's nothing fucking else.
no.
It's nothing else.
Torch,
It's just some retard killing another person
torch,
because he thinks it is for him the
torch,
best thing.
torch. Let me ask you a question. Are you drunk?
No, I'm not drunk.
Okay, then you
No, are you drunk? Are you sane? Are you? Do you listen to your words right now?
Torch. You're talking a lot and you're listening less. I'd rather have a
Yeah,
conversation.
because the more you talk, the less I want to listen to you.
Look, you can leave. You don't have to be here. You won't. If
I,
you
I really recommend for yourself, for your own sanity,
torch,
stop
look,
looking into that.
either you want to have a conversation or or not. You have to decide. But if you're going to be attacking me, then I'm going to have to
I'm not
mute.
attacking you, mate. I'm not attacking you. I'm saying, mate, I respect you who you are as a person. I'm not gonna attack you like the other asshole who was in before. I still remember, but your all your point is non and void. You're making yourself what about it? You're being doomerous. That's all what you are. Stop being doomer for your own sake,
Okay,
for your own mental sake.
okay. So
It's not
now
the end.
let me answer that. So what I see, what Luigi Mangione did, that's one thing. But you see the reaction. You see that a lot of young men and women support him. They don't, and when you try to talk to them, there's no way you can debate them. It's very difficult to talk to them. It's very difficult to talk to communists. Communists, I guess they know that they're wrong because they don't want to debate. Even Luigi Mangione, in his pamphlet, he said, I don't know how to make this argument, but I know I have to kill these people. But even he doesn't know how to make a coherent argument. And and that's the problem. The problem is that you have young men and sometimes women. They're disinformed, they're malinformed, they're uninformed, but they are sure that they're right. And there's no way to inform them, there's no way to talk to them. You try to talk to them, it's impossible. So my feeling is, I mean, I know where this is heading. This is heading towards communism. This is what they want.
No, it's not, mate. It's not. It's not heading to communism. You know it's not.
What do you mean?
This is not heading to communism. United States won't become communism. Communism is not the end of our species. So, like, the thing is, the United States, better said, good example, headed to an election. It did, and who it voted was for. It's not a left-wing person. So, another good example why we're not heading into a communist system. That's first of all. Second of all,
How do you know?
I don't like the person who's elected, but still,
How do you know?
we're not heading to communism.
How do you know?
How do I know? Every sense of economic, political, geopolitical, just like the thing is, Junshe is not communism, mate.
What is
It's not
Junshe?
communism. Oh, you claim about talking about North Korea and you don't fucking know what Junshe is. Oh, I'm gonna put it. The thing is, are you informed? How informed are you about this planet if you don't even know what you're talking about, mate? I would really recommend you to stop becoming doomerist, read some more books, listen to some more audiobook.
Hey Gizmo, what's up? Gizmo, can you talk? Do you have a mic? Am I? Yeah, I'm live. Oh, you don't talk when I'm streaming on YouTube? Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm gonna be. Hello, Torch. Look, if oh, he's gone. He's impossible to talk to. He hogs the mic and attacks me and wastes my time. So I might as well just watch YouTube and review YouTube. Let's see what's going on. Luigi Mangione's Suave. Hello, Suave. How are you? Hello, Suave. Let's see. America voted for change, but Congress is not listening. Unacceptable. The GOP clearly didn't get the memo. Ever seen a bigger piece of pork? Oh my God. No way. Holy Jesus. Does anybody want to talk? Worth getting Starlink as a backup, even if you already have great internet? Your landline connection might go down just when you most need it. Wow. Interesting. Live now. Tucker? Who's live? Breaking. Donald Trump says he's totally against the proposed spending bill as per Fox News. When this was yesterday. Call your elected representatives today to stop the steal of your tax dollars. Yep. Terrible bill. Complete 3 successful Falcon 9 missions in under 24 hours. Wow.
She's probably, and I don't want to jinx anything, she's probably the most important appointment of the Trump administration.
It does seem that way.
She is incredibly intelligent, incredibly honest, incredibly committed to U.S. security, and would do a superb job. So that's why she's being opposed, because the forces that be that are worse than mediocre, that are right now on top of a $1.5 trillion a year machine, that have been running disastrous wars, that have been bringing us closer and closer to doom, don't want any accountability. And what Tulsi Gabbard would represent is,
I don't know. Make it, what's this? Make it easy to figure out which is the good side. Yep. This is South Korea and North Korea. Crazy idea. Let's divide a country into half capitalist and half communist and check on it 70 years later. A good test of which system is better is who needs to build a wall to keep people in. That's the bad one. Terrible. Kill Bill. Kill Bill. Definitely kill the Bill.
We have to reduce federal spending.
Yep.
There's no way to make up for it other than reducing the federal spending. And as I mentioned earlier, like a very important point that I think is important for people to understand is that all federal spending is taxation. Because what they don't receive, what federal government doesn't receive in direct revenue, they make up for in inflation. They just print money. So all federal spending is taxation. Very important principle. Almost very few people see that. Even like, stories like Federal Life Economics, I'll mention to them, hey, all federal spending is taxation. They're like, of course, they'll argue with me, like, then they'll agree. It is. Because it is either direct tax revenue or it is inflation. All federal spending is taxation. So we must reduce federal spending or we'll go bankrupt this country. All right? We have to reduce federal spending. There's no way to.
Even Lil X knows what's up. Welcome to the group chat for Earth. Total active users on X is 1 billion? This platform is the group chat for Earth. Can I create an X space? How does that work? Where's space? Hello. Oh, the face of evil. The face of evil.
To stand for my hero Luigi. Okay, he's not a terrorist. He's a rebel. Okay. He's a rebel.
He's a rebel.
He's like the Che Guevara of healthcare. Okay,
He's the what of healthcare?
He's the Che Guevara
Oh,
of healthcare. The only way to get those Che Guevara t-shirts, we're gonna have Luigi t-shirts.
Luigi Guevara.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, this is genius. We should make t-shirts, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We should have Luigi and then have the face of evil. We should have capitalist t-shirts that are like.
Oh my god, the face of evil. Wait, what is Gizmo texting? Let me see. He says, United Healthcare CEO talk. Let's make the capitalist one really tiny compared to the communist one this time. I don't understand what you're saying. Because someone said we'll test which country needs a wall. Oh, it's Elon Musk. He retweeted something. Sicko, a film by Michael Moore. Yeah. I mean,
That's a question.
what?
I was going to ask you, like, what do you think? I hear all this stuff about a single-tier healthcare system, and I hear about some other system. I mean, what is there a preferred system you believe in?
I believe in free markets. So,
Okay, free market system.
what?
So it's a free market healthcare system. Okay.
Yeah, I believe that your health insurance and your health care should be exactly like your iPhone insurance and your iPhone care.
I have an issue there, right? Health insurance. I think it's guaranteed that you'll have a health problem. But there's no guarantee that your phone will like, I mean, I guess your phone will break eventually, but I mean, what do you think about that? Do you think that
It doesn't
you know
matter.
the way like
It
it's just
doesn't.
that life assurance is the thing because you're guaranteed to die. It's called life assurance.
It doesn't
I think it should be
matter.
called health assurance.
It doesn't matter. I want to live as a free. First of all, I want to live as a free person. I don't want to be told anything. I don't want to be told that I can or I must or I cannot do something. I want to be
No, I
as.
totally agree with that. I was just asking about the concept of insurance. Do you think that that applies to health?
It's
Like, is
it's
insurance
up to
adequate
me.
to cover
It's up
health
to me.
needs?
It's up to me if I want health insurance and
Yeah,
which policy. It's up to me. It shouldn't be dictated by anyone in the
no, I
universe.
agree. I agree. I agree. But
That's
I'm just asking,
that's
does
the
that have to be insurance? Is there any other thing that isn't insurance that would cover your healthcare needs?
that's it's up to me. First of all, it's up to me. That's the first thing. Second thing is that we know from the science of economics that the freer a system is, the more efficient it is, the more productive it is, the better it is on
Mm,
average. So
I agree.
the government should have nothing to do with health. The government was not created for health. The government was created or should be involved only in, maintaining the borders and maintaining basic law and order. Maybe
Um,
a little bit of the
I don't know.
courts. Hmm?
I don't see why that wouldn't cover health as well. I mean, border stuff and other they're going to interact with health in some way.
How?
It's just like national security, like things. Like if there's
Fine.
another country trying to kill everybody with chemical weapons, then there's going to have to be
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah, the government should be involved in maintaining the borders, maintaining security and safety, but should leave the people alone. Should have nothing to say
sure,
about the people. As little as possible. It should allow
right?
the people maximum freedom. So, like, if I want to go to you as my doctor, the government should not tell me that I cannot. Should not punish you because I want you to be my doctor. I don't care
What
where.
if we get women to work in the government and then they call the shots?
What?
If it was a dictatorship but it's run by women, what would you do then? And,
What do you mean?
like, what if it's a matriarchy? What if there's these women and they're telling you what to do, and
I mean, it's not just
you're not
women.
for that system?
No, it has to be hot. You mean a hot chick? When you say women, do you,
Yeah, like hot women.
well, hot
Your hair doesn't
chicks,
drop
they,
down.
they can, right, they can do anything. It's up to, right, of course. If it's a
Yeah,
hot chick, then she wins. But
right.
as long as it's not a hot chick, then the people, as far as I'm concerned, I want maximum freedom. And this way,
Mhm.
we also get maximum quality of life. Anyone can build anything anywhere. If I want to build a skyscraper in the middle of a village, that should be basically up to me. It's my property. I bought it. I should be able to build anything on my piece of land. If it falls on somebody's head and kills them, and I was negligent, you can sue me. They should sue me for any damages and stuff like that. Other than that, if they don't like being my neighbor because I put a skyscraper in the center of a village, then move away. Find another village. You don't have to. You don't have to. The planet is very big. Just move away. If you don't like living, next to a skyscraper, move away. You don't have. No one is guaranteeing you that the planet is going to be unchanging. You cannot demand that the planet and civilization stand still because you live somewhere. You were born in a village. You don't have the right to die in the same village. You don't have that right. You cannot stop progress. You cannot. Hello, Mr. Gamanohak. Gamanohak.
Yeah, man.
Gamma.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Wait,
It's
how
just,
how did you guys know that I'm here?
Discord like has like a friends kind of category, and it shows people in voice.
So you got a notification when I
No. When I look at my messages, there's a little area of messages that says it's a little like there's a little like overview. It shows little like
Mhm.
cards, kind of like showing
could you show me a
when you're
screenshot?
Yeah, yeah. Mr. Slave, you're so old. He's worried people are tracking him online. Wait, which server is this in? I don't even know.
This
I
is
think it's politics, is it?
it's PNR. This
I'll share.
is politics and
I can't
reli-
share a picture, and I'll have to send it to you in DM.
Yeah, I'll have to send it to you in DMs.
Okay, this is politicians and religiosity.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, you should look through all my DMs, by the way.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Wait, the face of evil. When I sent you the picture of the chick?
Wait, what? What chick? Face of Evil.
You sent me the picture of each chick.
Mr. Rover, send me this picture of this chick you speak of.
You want to? Oh, sure. I'll send it to you.
Let me see. Luigi. I see this, but do you get a message? Do you get a
No, I don't
notification?
get notification now. No,
Okay.
not when you're in a VC.
It's very funny. Entropy, when she saw this picture, she said my eyes went to one place. And
Is
Gavis,
obscure bisexual?
I don't know. Maybe based
I have
on
no
based
idea.
on that answer, I would say yes.
Interesting.
And then Gamma said, "Wait, to her eyebrows." Oh my God. Anyway, so what do you guys think of our boy Luigi Mangione? What do you think of him? You like
know
him?
him. I haven't looked into him. I don't know the guy.
On a scale of 1 to a terrorist, just how much of a terrorist do you think he is?
I mean, it seems like he's a terrorist. Like I don't know. Man, it's got to be terrorist.
Do you like what I sent you?
Wait,
What?
I didn't get it. I didn't get
No,
anything.
Mr. Face of Evil.
What?
Mr. Face of Evil.
What?
No, wait, you should change your profile picture to Luigi and put the
I don't have a
face.
picture of him. I don't have a picture of him.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Again, shirtless pictures in my DMs here.
Yeah, there you go.
You're a strong man right there. It gives you a mechanical arm, I think.
Wait, so Gizmo asked a bunch of questions here on the side chat. Because have there ever been free markets? That's like the first question a communist asks in a debate. Have there ever been free markets? It's like
It's like saying like the best version of healthcare has never existed. Therefore,
yeah,
like
it's like
why talk
like
about it?
Has there ever been a true murder? This is like the true Scotsman fallacy. It's like, but there's has there ever been a murder? A true murder has never occurred in the history of the universe. Therefore, we cannot use the word murder. Do you want to be told which currency everyone has to use in your general area? No. Or would you rather everyone decide whether to pay taxes in Bitcoin or gold or toilet paper or IOUs?
That's actually something interesting. It would be interesting if the government accepted alternatives to cash, and I
No,
reckon
but
government
the gov
probably would.
no, what would happen is the government would just give you a link to a platform where you can purchase dollars
Right.
using any, right? You would just like today, if you want to buy Bitcoin, you can purchase Bitcoin using anything. You right,
Yeah.
you from anywhere in the planet, right? They don't care. So it's anyway. Should they create the currency, the government that is? No, the government should have nothing to do with the currency. There's no reason the government should be involved with even today the currency is not government. The currency is private. The dollar is private.
The Fed is, but
The Fed is a
no fear
private.
God. What's the other?
The Fed is
Do you think I should send what I sent you to Mr. Slave?
what?
Yeah, if you want to.
Wait, you sent me something.
Yeah, I was talking about the picture of my feet.
The what? Your feet?
My rotting feet.
No, don't send me
Wait,
a
what?
picture of your
What feet?
feet. What is this picture of
What is
this
that?
squirrel? What's the picture of the squirrel? What's the
Is it
point
a
with the
picture of a squirrel?
squirrel? Is it a squirrel? What is it?
That is a squirrel. Yeah.
What's the point?
The did you not know about Peanut in the 2024 election? You didn't
Peanut?
hear about the squirrel that got euthanized in New York?
Oh, yeah, I remember. Sure, but that was like, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Trump made a mistake that he didn't tweet about Peanut. He should have
I know.
tweeted.
I'll send it to Rover so he
He
knows what I'm
didn't. I
talking
thought.
about.
I thought he did tweet about it. Didn't he?
No, I think Elon did, but
Oh my
not
God! Really?
Trump. Yeah,
Oh,
Trump.
Elon did it.
Yeah, Trump should have. But Trump listened to Barron. Apparently, Barron. Wait, why are you laughing?
Oh, it's just he sent me the picture of the squirrel, and it's like red, and
Oh.
Democrat 0.
It's Democrat 0, Peanut 538 electoral votes, of course. Yeah, the joke, Mr. Slave, is that Peanut won every state.
Well, the ghost of Peanut. Peanut, unfortunately,
Yeah.
is no longer with us. Those
Maybe he faked his own
idiots.
death. You don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
squirrels are
he
pretty
faked
smart.
his own. Wait, so Gamma, have you made any progress with your intro to algebra or something? What was it?
Yeah.
Are you solving every problem, or did you go back to skipping?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Good.
It's inverse functions is next.
Great. Slowly. You don't need to.
Good
There's
news.
no reason to rush.
Of course, yeah. I got distracted because I was jerking off to the girl and kissed my math, so it was like slow, slower than usual.
Yeah. I'm sorry for disrupting your.
Yeah, because Rover sent me.
With lewd.
She's not even that attractive, to be honest.
Yeah.
She's like, she's kind of mid. I'm gonna be honest.
High tier mid, medium tier mid. You're talking to you.
No.
Anyway, so yeah, I've been binge watching everything about Luigi Mangione.
Really?
Because he's your hero.
Yeah, exactly. He is
He's in person right now singing, "I can be your hero, baby.
What song?
Kiss away the pain."
I don't know what that song is.
It's Enrique Iglesias' hero. That's what I was thinking.
I don't know.
But I can't sing. Don't know Hero by Enrique Iglesias.
Maybe I do, and maybe you're not singing it well. I don't know.
I am singing it very, very badly. I'm singing it so badly. It's like insane. It sounds like a completely different song. Okay, there we go. Hero Enrique Iglesias. I'll send it to you in DM. This is Luigi right here. Okay, guys.
Anyway, so Luigi Mangione.
So
I
tell
mean,
us about Luigi.
wait, I need
What have you
to
learned about
I
Luigi?
need to listen to this song. Let's see the song. Play. How do you play on YouTube? La 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 la. One second, one second. No, I don't know. I don't know. Never heard of this song before in my life. But it's been a while since we heard from him, right? He's been gone for a while. What's his
Has he?
name? What's his name?
Enrique?
Yeah,
Enrique Iglesias?
Enrique Mangione.
Yeah, he's still going. He was doing a tour a while back.
Really? That's good. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
People were hating on him because like there was like some one part of the performance where his singing wasn't very good, but like it's expected when you're singing all day long every day on a tour.
Mm-hmm.
Did they expect?
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Anyway, so like I'm watching people reacting to Luigi, and of course, I mean, a lot of the I mean, I'm so proud of the mayor of New York City that he came to the helicopter landing of Luigi when Luigi came to Manhattan. So the mayor came and to the landing, which is very dangerous. I'm sure he's receiving death threats around the clock for this. And the DA, Albert, I think, Albert something. Who is the DA? Forgot
I've
his
totally forgotten his name actually.
Joe Biden.
No. Anyway, so the DA, I'm sure he's receiving death threats because he's the one that proposed that it should go for terrorism. And the police commissioner, her name is Tish. I'm sure she's receiving death threats, and they all went on camera in and they spoke against Luigi Mangione. And I'm sure, I mean, it's it's um it's incredible that they're not afraid.
They're probably used to dealing with that. I mean, they've dealt with the mafia and gangsters.
It's
All
not the
kinds of bad
same.
guys threatening them.
It's not the same. This is grassroots.
It's not the same as general public approval. Yeah, I see what you mean.
This is basically, I would say, at least, I would say 50% of men under, let's say, under 30. Maybe 50% of men under 30 or 25, let's say, are pro Mangione. Let me see.
You do realize that if it is true that they broke contract, and it is entirely within your rights as an individual to like
To execute
retaliate. Oh yeah.
execute the CEO. I know it's in the contract that if the insurance company rejects your claim, that it's in the contract that you're entitled to go and execute the CEO. I know it's standard procedure.
Locked and loaded. Locked and
Well,
loaded. Yeah.
in true free market anarcho-capitalist ways, I mean, you got something stolen from you, you should retaliate in self-defense. That could include up to killing somebody, right? So
Of
I think it's
course.
justified.
Of course. Just,
One of the annoying things about this for me is people say that this is the reason to be against vigilantism. But I'm like, what difference would it make if the police shot the CEO, right? What would the difference be? Like, I mean, you know,
what?
I don't see. People are like anti-vigilantism, and I'm like, what difference does it make? Like, if the police shot the CEO, like, it'd still be the same problem. Like, I don't
Why
see
would
how.
the
I mean,
police? Why
if it
would
was a
the
breach
police?
of contract thing, then he's kind of based.
Yes, yes.
Wait,
But
wait,
that's the
wait,
question. The police have shot people before, right? You agree?
wait. You're saying the police should have executed the CEO?
No,
No,
no, no.
police
I'm
are
saying if
bad.
the
I don't
police
like police.
arrested the CEO
For what?
and shot him,
For
I don't know. That's just a misunderstanding. They thought he had a gun or something. And they shot him. I mean, like, how is that different? Like, do you understand what I mean? Like, people are like
No,
anti-vigilantism,
no, I don't
and
understand.
I'm
I don't know what 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 position are you taking? I mean,
I
there's
take
so
the
many.
position here that
Yeah.
vigilantism isn't necessarily wrong, right? Like,
He's taking the pro alternate history stance.
that that what the police should have ambushed the CEO at 6
well,
a.m.
I
Yeah,
didn't say that. Why would I?
For what
they should have
purpose?
shot him with an anti-material rifle.
No, no. Wasn't the CEO being charged with something? I heard that he was being charged with something.
I
I'm just
know,
pointing out that, like,
fine. The police are after him, but why execute him? I mean,
no, I'm
fine.
not. I'm not saying they should have. I didn't say they should have. I'm saying if they did, that would also be bad. Right? You agree?
What do you mean? It would also be bad. That would be bad. What else would be
If
bad? What if Mangione would have killed
right,
him? I'm confused.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. If anybody killed him, you consider that to be
I
bad,
mean,
right?
in
Like,
general, we should have law and order. We should try and live in a civilization, in a society, as they
yeah,
say.
yeah. But why does that exclude vigilantism necessarily? Like, the vigilantism doesn't mean you're necessarily killing everybody or murdering people.
No, if
Like,
you
any kind of justice that's outside the
no,
formal legal system is going to be.
no,
Is
vigilante.
vigilantism exclusive to?
No, the problem with vigilanteism is that if you don't like the law, then change it. You can't go against the law because the law is democracy. So we live in a
Wait a
democracy.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Right.
Hmm.
Well, I agree. I agree. Right. But, like, so if the majority say something is good, right? Like, obviously, I don't want to list off the bad,
It's
the
not.
usual bad things
You
to
don't
list
have
off.
to say good and bad. It's that we live in a democracy. We live in a society. Wait, Gamma left? Why did Gamma leave?
And all that. I got two base, couldn't handle it.
Oh my God! Very confused. We live in a very confusing times that Gamma leaves. Wait, were you here when Entropy talked about the picture, or was Gamma here? I don't think you were here.
Yes, yeah, I was there. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I
you
was
were there.
Yeah.
Her comment was
I haven't
so.
heard from her since, actually.
Yeah, she said that she's leaving right after her last final. She went home. So I don't know if she's available when she's at home. I think
Oh,
she's like on vacation.
okay.
She's so
I have no idea.
smart. She got like A's in everything without even, basically, with almost without studying. Hello.
How does she know?
She's very high IQ. Hello, Meshgar. How are you? Or Mechgar.
Hello, Mr. Slave.
Yes, I am Mr. Slave. And this is the face of evil with us.
I'm the face of evil.
Yes. So, Mr. Meshgar, what's your position on our dear friend Mr. Luigi Mangione?
I don't know if he's a terrorist, but he's definitely a criminal.
Okay. All right. What's the crime?
Murder.
Okay. What's the motive?
It could be terrorism, I guess. I don't know.
I
He had a manifesto after all, right?
Yeah, he had a
So
manifesto.
he's a terrorist. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he says explicitly. I mean, he said the American people let these parasites, whatever, roam around long enough. So he's trying to change the opinion of the American people, or he's trying to have a political impact. It wasn't personal, it was political. So, yeah. Yeah, I think he's a terrorist. So I think the feds are going to move for execution. They're going to try and execute him. But I mean, it's good.
They're gonna make Netflix documentaries about him like they did with Dahmer.
What?
They're gonna have instead of like Jeffrey Dahmer, the way they make documentaries about these killers like Ted Bundy. They have to make one about him if he's.
Is his family actually going to waste millions of dollars fighting for his defense?
I don't know if
They
it's
got
going to
the
be.
money.
I don't think it's going to be. Do you think it's going to be millions?
I mean, if he goes to the death penalty, I mean, they'll have to spend a lot of money. Feeling it.
I don't know, but I mean, he has raised almost $200,000. There is a fund that they're raising money for him. So the public. I mean,
his
he
family?
has. No, I don't know who started it. Um, it's one of. It's like. It's not on the normal fundraising, crowdfunding sites. It's like one of the abnormal because they took it down. The mainstream fundraising website took it down. What's the most
Is it
standard?
GoFundMe?
I think GoFundMe.
Kickstarter. Is there a company for assassinating CEOs? Please fund me. Oh my god. Was it GoFundMe? Is that the
I don't know.
website?
I don't know, but then somebody started a fund for him
Another one.
on another one on a different platform. It's something like bro for cash for bro, something tech for bros, something weird, but
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, he has a lot of public support. I'm sure there's going to be like billionaires who are going to give him money. I'm sure, like, there's plenty of super leftist billionaires that are, that agree with him and stuff. So
If you were a billionaire, would you give him money?
no, no. But I don't know if I don't know if look, I don't know if it's good to send a message and execute him, but in general, I'm against punishment. But it's
You're
not.
against any punishment?
Yes, in general, I'm against any punishment. Punishment is okay if you don't have an alternative. But if you have you have to think about, like, how would you behave as a parent? As a parent, would you punish your child? Well, so
Kill the child. So they
right,
have
you can
abortions.
execute a child too. I mean, the Bible. So
Infanticide.
the Bible actually says to execute a child who misbehaves.
Yeah, look at the children. They laugh at the bald guy. A bear comes and eats. So they get for laughing at a bald man.
Yeah. But there is I mean, that's a story in the Bible that he called the bears to come and eat them. But there's actually stoning. The Bible actually recommends or demands to stone a child that misbehaves. So, but that guy
Excuse me,
left.
sorry. Can you say that again? I missed that.
There's a section in the Bible about a child that misbehaves. That
Okay.
if the parents are entitled to come and complain about their child. If both parents complain about the child, then the child could be executed,
Yeah.
stoned to death.
That's democracy right there for you.
Exactly. I mean, in general, there should be no interest. Why would parents want to execute their child? So if the parents feel that the child is too dangerous, this child is a dead end, then they can cut the stream. They can end it right there. If they notice that the child is a Looney Tune from a very young age.
Oh yeah, and I mean the child will grow up to hurt other people as well. Yeah, a lot of the time,
Right. I
starts
mean, but
very young,
But that's the
young
Bible.
about
I
it.
don't.
Whatever.
I
But
personally.
even in real life, people. Sorry, go on.
Right. So in general, I think that you should not need to punish your child. In general, you should just create incentives. You should just learn the science of incentivization, and you should
Right, but
always.
the issue there is that your ability to use incentives is limited, right? You're not omnipotent or anything. So it's possible you just don't have what they want, right?
So, I mean, the human animal has evolved on this planet, and every child is different, but there's enough of a common denominator that you should, in general, be able to incentivize your child to
Like,
be.
I'm not talking about in general though, right? Like, I mean, it's these age cases that become an issue, right? I mean, he doesn't have a problem in general necessarily, right?
No, in general, I think most parents end up punishing their children. In general,
Yeah.
I think most parents don't know how to are not optimal, are suboptimal. I mean, of course,
Right.
everything is
What what
suboptimal.
what 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 material would you recommend to parents to have more optimal training? Would it be like those books by that Spock guy?
I,
Yeah.
the way it is with you, like as we speak longer and longer, I understand less and less because you mumble more and more, enunciate
I'm
less and
sorry.
less, get away from the mic more and more.
Eventually,
Eventually, I have no idea what you're saying.
I'll just make run like
Like the beginning of every conversation, I know what you're saying, but as time progresses, I have no idea what you're saying. It's like it's complete guesswork. So I have no idea what the last sentence was. I have zero idea.
I don't even remember now. I laughed and I don't remember. It was you remember any of the words that I said?
Maybe
What was I even talking
about
about?
parenting. That
Oh yeah. Do you recommend those books by Spock? Or what material do you recommend for parents to be optimal parents? What do
to
you
be
say?
optimal, they would have to come to me, and I would teach them. But you before then, you can like any super nanny, you can learn a lot from super nannies,
Mm-hmm.
even though super
So
nannies.
like you should open like a daycare, a daddy daycare. You should.
Right. The problem with super nannies, I mean, super nannies are pretty good. And also the dog whisperer is good. And anyone who is a professional, even with anything, is good. But especially super nannies and dog whisperers and horse whisperers and bee whisperers. Anyone who is able to communicate with nature has a lot to say. But the problem with super nannies is that super nannies very quickly teach you to punish.
Mm-hmm.
And the dog whisperer very quickly teaches you to punish. It's like they always resort. It's not even resort. They always basically start with punishment. There's like always
Mm-hmm.
a carrot and a stick. And in my
Yeah, there is
experience,
certain dominance.
right. So in my experience, you don't really need the carrot and the stick. You don't really need it. You don't really need it. Even the punishment, what I've discovered is even if you need punishment, let's say, you can negotiate punishment. And when you negotiate punishment, you get almost zero resentment. You turn the punishment into a game. And that's the trick. So everything becomes positive reinforcement. You even use the punishment to teach them about negotiation and contracts and and renegotiations and so like let's say a child misbehaves, right? A child misbehaves, so first of all, always you want to warn. You don't want to just punish before you warn them. You want to warn them. And you warn them. You tell them, okay, I'm going to punish you if you continue down this path. You leave me no choice. I'm going to have to punish you. And okay, so let's say they continue down the road, and you want to punish them. So you tell them, okay, we have to punish you. So let's negotiate punishment. And you teach them to enter this mode, this negotiation mode. Now, they can refuse to enter negotiation. They can tell you, I refuse to enter negotiation. That's fine. And then you wait for them. You're the parent, or you're an authority, which means within a few minutes, they're going to come to you and they're going to ask for something. And then you're going to say, well, I'll gladly do whatever you want, but
You're gonna
first
say, I refuse to go into negotiation.
you could do that. But the best thing to do, right? You always want to have a positive response. So the response would be, I would gladly do whatever you want, or we could enter negotiations about whatever you want. But before then, you abandoned our previous negotiation, or you refuse to enter, and you speak to them like a lawyer. You train them to be lawyers and to be businessmen. And you can use money. Children love money. And it's fantastic, because then you teach them about money. And like parents, they end up, you have to take the dishes out of the dishwasher, or else, or I'm going to punish you. And then it always ends up with crying and yelling. Instead, it doesn't have to be. It could be, I'll pay you, and then you can do whatever you want with the money. And you always negotiate the payment.
Yeah.
And you negotiate everything. And parenting becomes a fun activity, because you can easily control the kids to evolve, to develop perfectly however you see fit. You can tell a child, all right, so I want you to read this book. Okay, the child doesn't want to. Okay, I'll pay you. How much are you going to pay me? Well, tell me. Well, I want to be paid $1 per page. Done. You shake on it, and then the child comes back an hour later and says, it's really boring. $1 per page is too little. I wanna renegotiate the contract. Fine, let's renegotiate the contract. What do you offer? I want $2 per page. $1.50. Done. You shake on it. And you can turn. So now with Luigi Mangione, now he's gone off the deep end. He lost his mind. Even though he was a perfect child. This is unexpected, but because we live in a terrible society where Michael Moore spreads disinformation, and Professor Richard Wolff spreads disinformation, and Karl Marx spreads what?
Good old caramel. I said, yeah, Richard Wolff does spread much too.
What? Richard Wolff what?
Yes, Richard Wolff does spread misinformation.
Misinformation is one thing. I think he spreads disinformation. I think he knows he's lying. He knows, he uses tactics. I think, anyway, we live in a society with, actual as close as possible to evil. And you have this child, Luigi Mangione. He's 26. He doesn't know any better. What does he know? He is influenced by Richard Moore and by Richard Wolff and by Karl Marx. He's influenced, and he thinks these, he thinks that he's doing the right thing when he's executing the CEO of a health insurance company. He
Oh,
thinks
he definitely was.
Penguin Lord. So you're on his side?
Absolutely.
What?
Absolutely.
Wait, I'm not understanding clearly. I don't.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm completely honest. I am completely on his side.
Okay, but I'm sure you're very
I
young.
don't see any problem with what
I understand. I used to be like you. I used to be a communist. I used to be a Marxist when I was young. I'm sure you're young.
I'm not a communist. And you can ask a lot of people who are, you can ask like even people on the right. This is not a communist thing. This is not a leftist thing. Everyone is celebrating this because it was in fact a good thing. All right? Nobody cries when a serial killer gets murdered. But now when it's a legal serial killer who has ruined and ended the lives of thousands, everybody's like suddenly all like, oh no, this is so bad and terrible. No, he's killed thousands of people. Let's not split hairs here. He has directly caused the deaths and financial ruin of thousands of people. That man was the scum of the earth. That man was a worthless individual. Mm-hmm. Nothing of value was lost that day except maybe the money spent on the bullets.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. And do you want to have a conversation about it? Are you open to discuss this?
Sure.
So you're open to discuss it. Are you open to change your mind?
I suppose so. I suppose so.
Okay. Do you think Luigi Mangione should have maybe, before acting on his persuasion, should have first come to Discord and tried to convince people? Maybe create a YouTube channel, maybe have debates? Do you think, like before, I'm not, maybe what he was doing was correct and I'm wrong, but first maybe try to argue with people, figure it out, make sure 100% that you're correct, right? Because we could all be wrong, and before you're before you're taking such a big step, like you're going to destroy your life and somebody else's life and who knows what else. I mean, so before you do this, like, make 100% sure that you're correct. But what he said in his pamphlet, he said, I cannot make a coherent argument. He said there's other people who can make the argument, like Michael Moore. But he didn't offer an argument. And he didn't come Go ahead.
So for what you were saying about, like, let's just, like, is there another way? The idea of, like, hey, maybe there's a way to solve this without violence. There is a way to solve this without violence, but that's not something that we can have right now. It's not possible right now in our current societal paradigms to simply just go up and say, like, hey, we should socialize healthcare. We should not allow this society to continue running on a paradigm that allows thousands of people to go bankrupt or die of preventable diseases for profit. That can absolutely happen in basically every other country that is not a like rapidly transforming into an oligarchical shithole. But unfortunately, our country has legalized bribery, and our politicians are in the pockets of the rich and powerful. So there's really not a way to talk about it. There's no way to be like, oh, guys, just vote a little harder, guys. You know, I'm sure it'll all work out, because we tried that. We tried that. We've been trying that for decades, and it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the result.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that I support that, like I condone what he did. Like what he did was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. He ended a life. But was it the only thing that could have happened at this point in time? Absolutely. It was the only thing that was going to happen, and frankly, it should have happened. This is what happens.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So again, I used to speak like you, and I possibly could have done what Luigi Mangione did when I was his age, when I was young. But I've since studied economics. You know, in the beginning, I was a Marxist. When I was first introduced to economics, I was introduced to economics through a Marxist professor, through Professor Richard Wolff. So I was initially a Marxist, and I used to speak like you, and I was, so I know where you're coming from. I know how you feel, and I have grown out of this phase. Lucky. I mean, I've been lucky that I had plenty of time, and I had YouTube. That it was in the beginning of YouTube, and I was able to listen to literally everything Professor Wolff had to say. And I studied Marx, and I studied everything that was back then available about Marx on YouTube. Every course on Marx, every lecture on Marx. And I read Marx, and I was, I identified as a Marxist. But then I didn't stop then. I didn't stop there. I continued studying, and then I was introduced to libertarian economics, and I've outgrown libertarian economics, and today I'm just I guess I'm normal, maybe a little bit libertarian, a little bit objectivist, but I am a capitalist, and I am anti-communist, and today I understand.
That's reasonable.
Right. So today I can look at Luigi Mangione, and I can very sadly say, too bad that he ruined his life and he took somebody else's life, and now he started a national conversation that is a terrible conversation. I mean, I guess it's okay. It's okay to have a conversation about his ideology.
It's a good thing.
I guess it's a good thing, but unfortunately, anyway, look, the point is, the question is, yeah.
Let's ask. I've got a question.
Can I ask a
All right.
question? I'm cutting a little
Can I
late.
go first? Can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead, brother. I'm just trying to catch
All
up.
right. Poor person has insurance. They get sick. They are going to die from this. They ask their insurance, please, this money I've given you, can you please reimburse me so that I can afford life-saving care? The insurance company goes, denied, because nope, we're not paying that. That person dies. Whose fault is it?
So, as far as I know, that can never happen.
He has kind of a point there. I think life-saving care very rarely can be denied off like financial stuff. Like if it's a situation of life or death, like let's say you go to the emergency room, right? Is the most, I think, exact example. They're not going to wait to give you treatment until they have verified you have the financial means to pay it back. I think the complaint with the insurance companies is more the life-saving treatment financially cripples people in the long term. I think this idea that someone goes into a hospital and they're like, "Oh, you don't
I
have
think
60 grand in
people.
cash. We're not going to save you."
I,
And let
I
me
actually
get to
heard
it.
a
Okay.
I
case
think there's
where the
another
person even
road
had the
here,
money
but
and they were rejected because
well,
they didn't have
no,
insurance.
Okay. Well, let's
I
put
think
it.
it'd be
Let's.
interesting to find an example of life-saving care being denied for a
So
financial cause versus
so that
causing,
company.
like, what I will say, I'm kind of middle of the road here, dude, if you'd let me finish.
Okay.
Like, the cases of actual life-saving care being denied because of lack of financial means, you'd be really
What's
hard
killing me?
pressed to find that in, like, literal terms, right? Now you have some other cases where, like, hey, maybe someone chooses not to pursue a course of care that is live.
Okay, Solid
Breaking up,
Snake,
man.
your audio is shot. Anyway,
Yeah.
so Penguin, so me and Penguin, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. So anyway, my point is that if you think that the CEO killed or murdered
You
someone,
guys not hear me?
who?
Reconnecting.
Yeah,
Can hear
your
you
Solid
now.
Snake, your connection shot down. But let me just say something to Penguin. So if you think the CEO killed anyone or murdered anyone, then you should have gone to the police and filed a complaint. That's what usually we do when we have a murderer. You let the police know that there is a murderer loose, especially if you're saying that he killed many people, then that's a serial murderer. You let the FBI
Mhm.
know. And, as they say, we live in a society and we believe in civility, right? Because if you're gonna go, if you're gonna be the judge and the executioner, then why only you? We're all gonna be the judge and executioner, and society collapses. So we no longer have a society, and we know.
I think that's kind of a reach because
I
not all of us make a living off of causing thousands of people to die.
You're missing
So
his point, dude.
Shout out
It's
Luigi though. He really did do a good deed, and we need more like him. Let's.
no,
It's
it's so
Brain dead
what you
take.
guys are missing is it's a guy who probably in that year
and
went through like
to
maybe half the
to go
heartache
on to
that many
talk
people
about
live with every day,
Wait,
and
hold
he
on.
just
well,
fucking decided to take the. Oh,
Wait,
go
He
ahead.
Solid.
actually
Go ahead.
profits from people
Wait,
not
one
having
at a
health
time,
insurance, right?
guys. Please, one at
Yeah.
a time. Wait, let Solid finish.
yeah,
Solid, please finish.
yeah. Sorry.
But can,
Solid, you got to fix your audio. You keep breaking up. All right, who's next? Quarrel Docs. What do you got?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say that he actually profits from denying people's insurance claims, right? So people like pay premiums. I mean, this is how every insurance company operates, right? You essentially make a profit from all the times that you don't pay out a claim, right? Because you have people paying premiums that are typically like, say hundreds of dollars, could be thousands, right? And then you have deductibles and whatnot, but they're paying those premiums, and every time they're denied a claim, that's just pocketed money for the insurance company.
So
Sometimes denying of
Wait, so are you
claims results in
familiar
people
with the
dying.
80-20 rule?
wait,
The Pareto principle. Yeah, it's not really a law, but yeah. I
You know
mean,
the
oh,
medical
the
loss
80-20
ratio.
thing is in the ACA, isn't it?
Yeah, the
oh,
ACA.
you're talking about. I see.
They
Yeah,
have to spend 80% of their premium dollars on healthcare for the
wait,
actual
one
beneficiaries.
second. So Quarrel Docs.
you're talking about. Yeah,
Quarrel Docs. I'll say to
yeah.
that I would say that doesn't make much sense, because you could say the same for any business that denies any service for the payment. Let's say I go to a restaurant and I order a steak with a side dish, and then I ask them for an extra steak. I'm still hungry. Give me an extra steak. And they deny me the extra steak. So that's pocket, right? They just pocketed money. They just made money from denying
No,
yes. They
No,
just make.
no. So
Die. You don't need
the
steak.
equivalent would be if you already paid $50
I
for
already
a
paid.
steak, and then they deny your
I
claim
paid,
later and say,
but
"Oh
I
no."
okay. But look, I paid for
Yeah,
the
but
steak.
that's what health insurance premiums are, right? So you've already been paying for the insurance. Not only are you paying for the insurance, you're also paying their profits. So
How
all
is
of
it different?
the
How is it different than the restaurant?
you've
Than my
already paid.
example.
If I
Yeah, I
give
already
you
paid.
$500
Let's say I
and
paid
then
for.
you say, "Oh no, I'm
Fine,
not going to provide you a service," after I've
fine,
already paid paid you
but
$500,
fine. Let's say I
that
paid.
is how you
Do you
profit.
But let's
understand how
say.
insurance works?
Hold on.
Like,
Let
I
me.
need.
Also,
Wait, one at a
restaurants don't have
time.
a deductible either.
Wait,
Shit.
one at a time. One at a time. Look, Quarrel Dog. Somebody needs to cough. Please mute yourself when you're coughing.
Sorry, I got it.
It's okay. Coral Docs. So how is the right? I already paid for one steak, and I'm still hungry, and I'm asking them for another steak, and they're denying my application. They're denying my claim. How is it different than the insurance that I'm asking for some service, and they're denying my claim or my
Because
application?
you've already in the insurance case, you've already paid. So
How
the
is
only equivalent would be is if
okay?
every
Okay,
single
let's say,
month
but let's say
they
I
charge
paid.
you.
Neither of these things are like, I think, good. Pictures of how insurance works.
It
Yeah,
doesn't.
no,
No, that's
It's
literally how
close.
Both
insurance
of you
works.
are.
It's
Not
close.
not
No,
only
it's
do you pay,
neutral.
not only are you paying for all of your medical services when you're paying for insurance through premiums, you're paying for everyone else who uses that medical insurance as
Wait,
well, right?
Quarrel
That's how
Docs.
premiums work. Now,
Quarrel
sorry,
In a
Docs.
hold
way,
on,
because
Let
it's
me
he's
let me just finish. Let me just finish. So not only are you paying for everyone else, right? You're also paying for your own medical services. And when they deny you a claim, that's literally pocketed money for the insurance company.
Hold on.
Whether the business you work for subsidizes it or not, or whatever, right? That's still pocketed money for the
Hold on.
insurance company. And that
Hold on.
profit can result in people dying, right?
Okay.
okay.
Okay,
Can I
you
ask
know
a
what the
question outside of this
alternative?
real quick? Because I'm late to the conversation. I joined. I thought the discussion was, is he a terrorist? Have we already established that?
No,
Well,
this is an
this is part of it,
open.
right? So I said he was doing a
Well,
good
no.
deed, and then I was
Well,
explaining why he was
I
doing a
think
good
that's
deed.
I think that's a third order conversation. I think we should discuss, is he a terrorist first?
Well, the word terrorist doesn't even mean anything, so we can go
It
there.
Yes, it
does.
does.
No.
Words have meanings, bro.
It does mean something.
Terrorist
No,
very
terrorist
clearly means
literally
someone
only
who
means
uses violence. No, stop. Terrorism is someone who uses violence to achieve a political mean, specifically violence against civilians. That is
okay. That would
that's the
apply to
definition.
the that would apply to the United States. Is the U.S. military a bunch of terrorists?
Do they?
But they're not
When have
targeting
they
specifically
used
civilians.
Yes,
violence
the
No.
against
U.S.
civilians?
The
Yes.
U.S. government,
Yes.
the U.S. Army has done acts of terror. Yes.
Are they terrorists? I mean, this is the point, right? Terrorists just means the people that do the violent things that I disagree with why they do the violent things. That's all.
Yes,
That is
there's
not what it
specific.
means. No, that's not what
There's
it means. It means
there's
violence
Yes,
against
specific.
it does.
civilians, specifically for political change.
Okay.
That is
There's
the definition.
specific
So-
actors. Wait. There's specific actors in the U.S. military who we can identify as terrorists, right? But that doesn't mean that
Yeah,
it's
and
a terror organization. Luigi is one person. He did a terrorist act. He is a terrorist.
Wait, how do you determine is ISIS a terrorist organization? Yes or no?
Yes.
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 Why?
Because
Why
their
is
Dude,
ISIS
we
a
just gave
goal is
you a
terrorist organization
definition.
and not
I'm
the U.S.
asking, does
government?
Luigi fit that? Did
Sorry,
Luigi
why would you?
use
No.
violence against a civilian to achieve a political aim? That's a yes or no
Because I believe he's
question.
a freedom fighter,
Hold
activist.
on.
Sure.
I did ask Luke a question though. Why is the U.S. government
suck.
not a terrorist and ISIS is qualitatively?
That's a misnomer. Like it's a red herring to the conversation, right?
No,
When
it's
someone
not.
else
It's
is or
not. It's a
isn't.
real question.
Well, I think
asked
it's an
him a
interesting question. Can
It's
we
like a
address the
whataboutism.
Luigi question first, and then I'll address
You
yours?
can't answer.
I wanted Luke to
Wait, you
answer
want
because
me
he's
to
the one that
answer?
brought it up. Yeah.
I don't know who Luke is. I'm sorry. I just. Oh
ISIS's
no, I
whole
see Luke now.
entire political mission is to inflict terroristic acts.
No. That was just circular reasoning. What qualitatively makes ISIS a terrorist and not the U.S. government? Right? Why is one a terrorist organization and not the U.S. government?
Their main form of political movements is insurgency from hideouts.
Insurgency. Okay. I mean,
Mhm.
the United States
Well,
government
and
was literally founded on insurgency. But could you qualitatively talk about certain types
well,
of
see,
acts
the
that they
difference
commit?
between the U.S.
Yeah.
insurgency was their targeting of military units and bases, right? Like that's the big discriminator. Because a military unit, like in all warfare, is fair game, right? It's the targeting of civilians outside of that realm to cause political change. That is terrorism, right?
The United States is responsible for killing more civilians in the Middle East than ISIS. So then qualitatively, you would then have to say that the United States government is
Well,
a
now
terrorist
you're
group.
confusing.
No.
You're
No, that's
confusing
a completely
like
different
this
thing.
one moral principle. If you'll let me try to explain to you. So you have your primary like target, right, that you're trying to take out, and if it's a legitimate military target, and there's a second order death that's a civilian, it's still morally permissible depending on the context, right? So a civilian death, if it's not meant from the action, is different than trying to kill a civilian on purpose. Does that make sense morally to you?
Oh, so you're saying, oh, it's an accident. That's not terrorism. It was an oopsie.
Yes. Yep.
Guys, it was an accidental
Exactly.
terrorism.
Yes, we literally
It's
outlined
But
the
no, it's not.
political
It's not
intention.
accidental terrorism. Like, I think a good example of like government terrorism would be that it was either the first or second Chechen war, right, where the Russians were purposefully doing artillery strikes against civilian centers to try to get the civilian population to surrender. That is government terrorism, and you can find pockets of examples, like My Lai massacre. I would say was terrorism, right? Purposeful
Yeah.
targeting of civilians in Vietnam to try to achieve their political aim of ending the war notionally, right? And I would argue those guys didn't have a political aim; they were just
Can I offer a
monsters.
hypothetical?
Hmm.
So if there is like let's say like a bug on a window or something, and you grab a baseball bat and you like kill the bug, and then you with the baseball bat, but then you also smash the window. Was that an accident that you like smashed that window?
No, you purposely smashed the
Yeah.
window, but it would be an
Well, no,
accident.
you're trying to kill the
Like
bug,
if,
right?
No. If
So-
somebody claimed this is a non sequitur, if somebody claimed you were trying to assault them, you could claim, yeah, I was trying to get the bug on the window.
No,
But
Luke,
it's
I
about
get
the
it.
intention.
My point is that
No,
like
I don't think that will hold up in court, bro.
no, the intention
I
was
agree,
to
but-
kill, the point is the intention was to kill the bug. My point is that when the United States indiscriminately bombs Syria, they know
But
that
and
civilians
that's
are going to
not.
die.
There
what
is
do you
not a
mean?
case of the United
My
States
point is they know that
indiscriminately
Yeah,
they're going
come
to
on,
kill
no.
civilians, right?
Don't use
So I'm saying-
indiscriminate. Come on.
You're jumping. I
They
think there
do.
have been some unfortunate cases of civilian deaths by American action, and some of them I think are inexcusable and are taught in like military ethics class, right? Like, wow, I can never pronounce this. I can never pronounce this, but Abu Ghraib prison,
Abu
I would
Ghraib,
say
yeah,
is
Abu Ghraib in the
borderline
Iraqi war.
terrorism,
Yeah,
right?
the USA and CIA committing like rape and physical abuse.
Yes, that
towards
would be
civilians.
terrorism.
And
Okay, so the United States is a terrorist organization.
No,
or
it's
just that
not.
one
You
time
can
where
have.
they tried-
You can have no, because those people were prosecuted. Those people went to
your
trial.
understanding
The
of an
US
individual versus an organization.
No, they weren't
so far off.
No, it's
Okay.
when we talk about terrorist groups, we talk about like the mission statement of these groups. Like we can have groups who have done terroristic acts who aren't terrorist groups. Like a government can
You're saying
commit
the
terrorist
mission
acts
statement.
without being a terrorist group.
You're saying the mission
Yeah.
statement. Okay, so I
Yeah,
mean,
like the intention of a group.
So,
yeah,
hey, what's
ISIS
your
is just
name?
trying to,
Quirrell? Can I
like-
pronounce this correctly? Is it Quirrell Docs?
yeah, that's it.
Okay. And were you the one? Sorry, I'm getting this screen mixed up. Quirrell, are you the guy arguing for America's a terrorist organization?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if
So,
you're going
all
to
right.
use this
Well,
term,
but-
right, yeah.
Hey, so you're focusing on an organization. I think that is a good conversation, but I think it's of higher order, and we need to establish our principle here. And Luigi is a great example because he's an individual outside of an organization, and I think he's a great definition to look at for terrorism, right? So he's an individual. He's taking a violent action against a civilian to achieve a political aim. Would you say that's terrorism?
Taking a violent. I mean, if that's the definition of terrorism that you're going to use, I would just ask that you make it consistent. That's all. I mean,
No, 100. That
we
is
can use
the
it.
definition.
No, because war is different than terrorism. I think when we say
Use of-
for a political
Use of
progression,
violence against a civilian for a political aim.
right? So
Like,
when
and
people
you-
fight wars, it can be for a political end, right? But we wouldn't say all war is terrorism, right? There's a distinct
Well,
thing
because
that
war,
terrorism is.
ethical war, as it's defined, is like a use of military force against military targets, right?
Yes, exactly.
Like if we were to
Okay,
go
but
into
what if
another
you're
country
killing
But
and
also,
civilians?
purposely
like,
What
raise
if
civilian
most of the
centers, that's
people you
terrorism.
killed are civilians, for example?
yeah,
in this
there's
war?
this thing called proportionality, and there's like unintentional deaths. So unfortunately, in
Hiroshima,
war,
Nagasaki,
within the Geneva Conventions, like aerial strikes do allow for some civilian deaths if the military target is like of a high risk or like of a high proportionality or priority. I mean,
Yeah. So, like for
So-
example, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, unintentional, therefore not terrorism. Therefore, the
no,
U.S. is not.
those would be
I don't
terrorism,
think
probably.
Okay, that was terrorism.
I
So then,
I think that's a bad example.
but so I'm confused, right? At what
Well,
point?
and that's an interesting example that gets me to my next question. That I think Quirrell has been trying to defend the first one too much. The question is, do you think terrorism is ever moral?
For sure.
Oh, I mean, the thing is, I don't actually like the term civilian because it indicates that like saying civilian implies someone's innocent. That's fine, right? Is it terrorism if you kill like Jeffrey Dahmer to make a political statement?
Well, what political statement would you be making by that? That murder is wrong? Are you trying to achieve a change in the law where we outlaw murder?
Whatever, sure. Let's say whatever political statement. Doesn't
Okay,
matter.
so in a world
Is it
in a world where
terrorism?
murder is totally okay, like that's the question: is what political aim would you be trying to achieve by killing Jeffrey Dahmer? 'Cause to me, that's just
That-
murder, and
that
it's
you
still
want
moral,
that you
but it's
want
just
hold on
murder.
that you want the death penalty to be applied to him, right? Like you think the death penalty should be legal in all 50 states, for example, right? Let's say that for the sake of argument. So you kill Jeffrey Dahmer, is that terrorism?
Yes,
I
by
think you might
definition,
be
that
able to
would be.
technically squeeze it to there. I think that is a very borderline case. But I
No,
think
that
you're
would be
really
terrorism.
squeezing it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
that's the
think
thing, right?
Squeeze it.
also that messaging's confused. Like if someone kills Jeffrey Dahmer, my first thought's not going to be like, oh, they really want a law change so that we support. Now, if they released a manifesto that said, hey, I'm going to go around and kill every person I think should receive the death penalty. Now that's terrorism, right? Because it's
Fuck.
also along with this political message, right? This political
That's the thing,
change
right?
they're
Because like
aiming
then
for.
we would look at the
Like
French
if I
Revolution
kill,
and be like, yeah.
like
ahead.
if someone kills their ex-wife because they cheated on them, is that terrorism? No, right? Getting revenge on your ex-wife is not a political goal. Like
Unless you
it's
have a
this
political
linking of
position.
this larger political action to this act of violence against civilians that makes terrorism. And the
think
whole
all-
idea
I
on why
have another
terrorism is
question
wrong.
has really
Would the Haitian Revolution, where like slaves in Haiti rose up against their slave masters, and
Which that turned out really well in the long run, did it not?
I know, but was that terrorism? Because it was
Technically,
they were killing
yes.
civilians.
I'm not making a
then-
moral crime about terrorism always being bad.
Okay, that's fine then. Okay,
Well, the
sure.
issue is
If
terrorism
that's the standard of
within.
terrorism. But I just want to be clear: if
Yes.
that's the standard of terrorism that you're using as a definition, then Luigi being a terrorist is not a big deal, and that's a good thing.
Well, I
No,
would
and that's
say that
a
Luigi.
huge jump, dude. That is a huge jump. Terrorism is
I
not-
think
as
what
is-
this
I would say
conversation so
terrorism
far
in
has illustrated is that this like idea of terrorism, at least as you are outlining it right now, is like essentially meaningless, and it's basically being used the same way that libtards use the word Nazi.
no,
So
it's very clear. It's a definitional thing, and it takes a little more.
it's very clear. It's
contextually.
oh, you're doing violence for political reasons.
No, but usually,
And I think you're
there
being a
are
little
so
too
many
cynical
things that
about it.
fall under that.
usually,
when you ask
Well-
was Haitians attacking their slave lords, was that terrorism? Do they have the cognitive ability to like understand the ramifications of their actions? Is a dog
Yes,
attacking
but
people
yes,
terrorism?
You guys are missing the
Yes,
point where
the
like,
Haitian
what-
Revolution was to abolish slavery. That was the whole goal, and
Yeah,
it
you just called
successfully
them
abolished
dogs.
slavery.
But did blacks really have that level of cognitive function?
All right, bro, beat this guy.
The blade. Guys, nigga, go outside.
I get he's
Touch
trolling
grass.
now.
Fucking bum.
Anyways,
No, but
being
my
serious.
point is like with these terms,
I'm
murder-
a job.
Compressor, hold on. Let me just address Compressor really quick, and I'll. Okay, so Compressor, do you know what the Haitian
Okay, then I'm
Revolution
talking.
achieved?
In the long run, nothing.
The
I actually think
only
it was
sub 75
worse
IQ
for the
nation
people.
outside of sub-Saharan Africa.
It turned out very badly.
No.
Like
Bro,
in the
don't
long run.
engage with this, bro.
In
I'm
the
just
long
trying,
run,
I'm
they
just
are
trying to
literally
shut him down
like,
really quick. Where? Okay.
I mean, it turned out better for them than it would have been. So
Hold on.
I
Let
would
me
actually disagree with that.
Hold on,
Like
let me shut it down
historically,
really
but
quick.
that's
Let me
not
shut it down
a
really
good
quick.
argument.
Hold on, Solid. Let me just shut it down really quick. So, Compressor, right? I have a question for you. What country borders Haiti?
Dominican
Dominican
Republic.
Republic. Great spring
So
break
they
spot.
so on this island, right? What was this island the first to do that no other nation did? Go ahead. It
Abolish
was achieved
slavery.
during the Haitian. So abolish slavery during the Haitian Revolution. So they successfully did that, right? Awesome. Black people killing white people. I can do it again. All right, keep going.
Okay,
Solid,
well
what were you
that's morally wrong.
And now
I was
it's
gonna
a total
say
shithole.
the Haitian Revolution, I think, failed in the long run
It is
because
the biggest shithole outside of sub-Saharan Africa.
what I won't say outside. Like it might just be, but that's for a whole lot of reasons. And one of them I do think is this violent culture that emerged after that. And like, dude, they were ruled by the French, so who can blame them, right? Like, I think
Yeah, so was the
anybody
French
who's ruled
Revolution
by the
also
French,
terrorism?
yes,
Everything is
100%.
terrorism.
Okay, yeah, everything's that's the
What?
point. Everything's
Wait.
terrorism.
I'm gonna.
Terrorism is when I fight my school bully because
I know, right, dude?
Do you think D-Day was terrorism?
yo, was Hitler
D-Day
killing
terrorism?
himself terrorism?
Bro, that was actually by his
I guess
definition.
not,
Yeah.
because I guess Hitler would be a valid military target for Hitler. So I guess he's fine.
You know,
He's not a
I
terrorist.
Hitler
think
has to
this
do
is
is waiting
Penguin
and
Lord
there's nothing
talking.
to do with
Yo,
sterilizing
Penguin Lord.
themselves.
Yeah.
Compressor, you can shut up for a second. We're not going to get anywhere on
I'm
the
good.
Haitian Revolution. That's not what we're discussing, and it's not going to be super productive because I think several people hold hardcore beliefs that might both be wrong. But Penguin, are you the one saying that like, hey, terrorism's too broad to like actually be used properly?
your current definition, I believe, is entirely too
So-
broad.
Yeah, I would say
Can I
that.
offer an example and then my like why it is accurate? If you'll let me talk.
Okay, sure.
So like murder is
Mm,
killing someone, right? Like let's go first degree murder, killing someone with premeditated intent. Would you not agree
that's
with that?
true. Yeah.
But then saying murder is wrong, I think you and I would both agree. Like, dude, we can't agree on that 100% in all cases, right?
I mean, murder
Yeah,
is
yeah.
usually wrong,
Murder
but there
is
are
unjustified.
cases when it's
I
alright.
think
So that's the thing, right?
And
Usually
that's
the
the
term
same-
murder is used
you
to
said you'd
explain
let me finish.
unjustified. Okay, go ahead.
Wait,
so murder's not
Coral.
necessarily unjustified, but terrorism is moral or immoral depending on the context of the system it's being used in, right? If there is
I
an
would-
established just way to carry out dealing with injustices,
Mhm.
terrorism becomes immoral because there are better ways to carry out your grievances and pursue right and wrong, right? But let's say you don't have that standing government, you're living in some shithole, right? And you need to fix this shit now. Terrorism does become, I would say, a moral means to achieve change, right? Like it's the
It
context
depends
of
on
the
exactly how you use it, but yeah.
Wait, so I wanna define things
it's a
better. So
clear
I think.
definition.
So I
of what
think if we.
terrorism is,
Okay,
and
let
the
me
context is determines its morality.
let me say something. So I think it's all relative. So the founding fathers were terrorists in the eyes of King George, but in the eyes
They weren't, because the term didn't exist and they didn't kill civilians on purpose for military gain. They actually, the reason they succeeded was they didn't kill civilians. They won them over. It was actually like pretty effective reverse counterinsurgency. Like they created more insurgents by treating the civilians well. So I think the Revolutionary War on all sides is a terrible example of terrorism, unless you're looking at a few actions taken by the British.
I mean,
So can I equate like this terror?
But I would just say that like the founding fathers, right? They committed crimes with political intent. No, it's not
Terrorism
Yeah,
is
that's
not the
different
only
than
crime.
terrorism.
Like
Wait.
you're missing one of the trifecta that makes terrorism there. Violence against civilians, right?
Yeah.
A non-combatant. And that's what the
Wait,
founding
Actually,
fathers
terrorism doesn't necessarily need to be violence. Like threats of threats and
Yeah, that
similar
too.
actions like that would still
It-
fall under that
the-
category.
I'd agree with
Wait,
that.
so-
Like the threat of violence against civilian populations. Basically the use of fear of retribution against a civilian target. That's why it's
Yeah.
called terrorism.
Yeah.
But usually that's achieved by an actual showing you're capable of it, right?
Yeah.
So I want to add.
If
I
I
don't
just
think
say
the
I'm
word.
gonna kill everybody, like no one's gonna believe you until you
Yeah.
show the means to do it.
I don't think the word terrorism is completely meaningless. I think it's more equal to like what murder is. So I think terrorism implies some form of unjustified methods, whereas like political violence would be the amoral like equivalent to like what killing is, and then
I know, but
self-defense
what's
would be like a
unjustified?
revolution or a justified
Unjustified
like
just,
insurgency.
yeah, but unjustified just means subjective, right? Like who's justifying
Well,
what?
yeah, to Penguin Ward's example, like yeah, I think it would be subjective to who it is, but like
I know that's the whole point. That's why
it's
terrorism doesn't
it's
really mean,
predominantly
like, saying
unjustified
who's
to
a
the
terrorist
people's.
doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't give us any
No,
more
it does
information
because in a
about it.
society,
It does
when we
matter.
look at Luigi and people claim that he's a terrorist, people are going to have differing ideas on whether he's a terrorist or not, whether they think it's justified. So I think Luigi is a terrorist because I don't think what he did was justified, whereas you're not going to think he's a terrorist because you think it was justified. So it
Yeah,
is
so
still
we're just talking
meaningful
about
to have this
justification,
word.
right?
Like
It's just completely
semantics.
subject dependent. That's the point.
Well, it's
like
not.
irrelevant.
The point is terrorism is definitionally a thing. But what I think Penguin is trying to say and is saying, not trying, sorry, that sounded condescending, is most people are going to interpret it one way or another because they're not familiar with the definition. They're not interpreting things by their actual meaning. They're interpreting it by feel, right?
No, I think what in fact I think what Penguin was saying was the definition that's being used, right, applies to just about everything. We could even apply it to the American
It
Revolutionary
literally
War.
does not. It applies to such a minority of cases in the world. Most people have committed it
That's
and
not
have
even true.
lost wars,
Even
have been
you guys
killed.
mentioned the American Revolutionary War, right? Like, in fact, if you had to explain the war, you would say, "Oh, there were terrorists on both sides," because you have the Cherry
No,
Valley
you wouldn't.
massacre.
I
you have-
I
No,
don't
you
know
wouldn't.
I don't know a
yeah,
single
literally, you have the
Not a
Cherry
single
Valley
historian.
massacre.
I have not.
You have the,
I have
again,
not heard a
you have the
single
Cherry Valley
person,
massacre.
including
You
the
have the
British.
Boston massacre. No, but this is the point. Innocent people were literally killed by the military, and they referred to
doesn't
these
And
imply
that's
as
what
war.
you're missing,
massacres.
dude. You're missing like the action
Okay.
of killing a civilian as the primary action versus second and third order effects that kill civilians.
Yes. Okay, so what was the Boston massacre and what was the Cherry Valley massacre? Come on, guys.
Okay,
Literally
this might be
that's
fuck,
shocking.
but is Nagasaki and Hiroshima, would that be considered terrorism?
Yeah, we
Oh,
already
yeah,
got
for
there.
sure.
It
Discuss that.
depends
I
on how
think
we
there is-
analyze the goals.
So that was
I
the thing,
think-
Seth. I mentioned it, and then they said, "Yeah, but that doesn't qualify the U.S. as a terrorist organization." But somehow ISIS is a terrorist organization, and they couldn't really provide me with the standard, except for that, the U.S. exists to help people, and ISIS doesn't. That was their claim, which is weird.
No, the standard is the overwhelming majority of organization's actions.
Yes, the overwhelming majority of the United States military's actions is killing civilians. We can
No,
prove
it's
it.
not. You're an idiot.
We can.
know
You
about
want to
that.
prove it?
That's
I will
insane.
prove it number
That's
by
insane.
number.
There is
Prove
no
it.
way. There's
Bro,
literally
this is
no
so
way.
easy. This is
Prove
so
it.
easy.
There is no proof
Okay,
to
I'll
that
go.
at
I'll
all.
go. Hold on.
Prove
I'll
it,
go
and
war
then-
by war.
And then
I'll go
prove
war
it.
by war.
And then prove that they were
Okay,
unjustified.
I'm gonna
by
Okay,
go
the
but
forward,
that's-
and I'm
convention.
making my point
That-
about
that
Luigi before we get into this.
Yeah, we don't want to
Ridiculous
discuss.
shit.
It doesn't matter. That's not the. It's an interesting discussion. Is the American military designed to murder civilians? That's not our discussion.
It obviously isn't.
It
That's
doesn't
like,
matter.
why would we spend
No, whether or not it's
billions of
designed, I'm
dollars
just talking
don't
about
wanna-
numbers.
developing
I'm
We-
talking about
precise
right
numbers.
now-
Do you believe? Hold on. I'm just talking about numbers. We can actually prove, even in World War II, that the United
No.
States killed more civilians
That's
than
not-
they did combatants. And
that's
it's
not
really easy to
Well,
prove.
and
It's
that's-
not even
no,
hard.
That's not.
It's
Yeah,
not just
bro,
a numbers
before we
thing.
move on to Luigi, that's just proving you don't understand the ethical implications between your primary action in second and third order effects, like how that changes the calculus. Like just because a civilian died doesn't mean it was a civilian purposefully killed. It's
You're talking
huge.
about
and also-
hundreds of thousands of civilians. So again, what
If
I'm
you-
referencing is the fact that the United States military has killed more innocent people than it has combatants. In fact, it's killed more innocent
Every
people
country
than it
has.
ISIS.
Every
When you
country
haven't,
has.
Bro,
when you
it's
have a
killed more
combatant
innocent
country
people
Wait,
than it
that
has
won't.
ISIS.
Product.
Okay, one
Wait.
at a time.
90%.
One at a time.
Okay.
Who wants to respond
90
to Docs?
I will. 90% of wartime casualties are civilians. So every war by your standard, or every country's military by your standard, is a terroristic organization. That's stupid.
By
That's
your
not how we
standard.
look at
That's your
terroristic
standard.
acts.
That's your standard, not mine.
No, it's not, because I said unjustified or justified. By the
Okay,
Geneva
so-
Convention, many of these civilian deaths are just a fact, like they're a byproduct of war, and they're not
But
technically
you even agreed
unjustified
that in World War
or
II they were
indiscriminate.
unjustified. You agreed in World War II the civilian casualties in Hiroshima and Nagasaki were unjustified. That
Okay,
accounts for
those
hundreds of
specific
thousands.
examples, yeah, but not all, not everyone.
That's more people
were
than most
absolutely
countries have
justified.
killed in their
Here's
whole
the ethical
history.
question you can take into your mind to think about this, right? The trolley problem, right? When you pull the lever, is your aim to kill the single man or save 3 other men? If it's to kill the single man, yeah, that's terrorism, murder, whatever you want to call it. If it's to save 3 more and one dies as consequence, it's not morally the same thing or ethically the same thing. Does that make sense?
But it's still
Brandon,
Yeah,
murder.
this is like the trolley problem. If there was nobody on one side of the tracks, but there was like 50 billion to Israel on that side of the tracks, so you just kind of
Okay.
like pull the lever and kill like 300,000 little brown boys because
Yeah,
it's
100%.
Israel.
Wait, no. So when I talk about justification, right, I'm talking about it in means to that military conquest, right? I think all war is probably unjust unless it's in self-defense. So when I look at most wartime casualties, I'm gonna be like, yeah, those were unjust killings of civilians.
Those
But
acts of terrorism.
no, because we're talking about justification in terms of a military conquest. It's unjustified for terrorist groups to attack things because it's unjustified in a military conquest.
What?
For their
Dude,
military.
Okay,
terrorist
let's
makes no
reset.
fucking sense.
Okay.
No,
I think we
ISIS-
need.
ISIS hold
I
on,
think
hold
we
on, hold
need
on.
to
ISIS
reset.
literally-
Before I go find a different conversation, can I just say
yeah.
what I think about Luigi?
We're here
Can I
to
just get
talk
that out of
about
the way?
Luigi. We need to discuss
Yeah,
Luigi.
this
We
is a little bit
like
far.
we can discuss is an amoeba
bad
a form
guy.
of. So let's get back
I'll
to
just
Luigi.
I'll say what I think of Luigi real quick.
Yeah.
I think he was
sure.
a terrorist. I think his action taken against the CEO was an act of terrorism. And not only is it morally wrong, it was ineffective. I think his understanding of how an organization or a corporation works is just super flawed. Like, first
I
of all,
agree.
the CEO, can I finish real quick? So the CEO is not the guy denying claims, first of all. Also, killing a CEO, there's just going to be a new guy who takes his place the next day. That's like the diffusion of responsibility. You're never going to kill the guy actually responsible for denying a claim. And then you can get into like how claims are actually denied and whether or not that's on the government for putting forward the rules for these insurance companies or the insurance companies themselves, right? So at the very end of the day, killing a CEO of an insurance company is wrong. You're not going to achieve anything functionally. And also, it's just undercutting our rule of law when we have other things in place to pursue that change. I would say we all here want to see, right? I think we all see issues with the healthcare industry as a whole. I think we've all heard people complain and say, hey, this happened to me, right? Like, it wasn't great, right? We want to fix it, but shooting a single dude is not going to solve anything besides undercut our system
You
of
don't-
justice and law.
Okay, thank you,
You
Solid
don't.
Snake.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
don't think
So,
that his
can I respond
intention
to
is.
that?
Wait, one at a time.
Look, I outrank Solid Snake. Can I respond?
Yeah.
Outrank me?
Go ahead,
Go
Mr.
ahead.
Venom.
Yeah, punished Venom, right?
Punished Venom. Who wants to talk? Who's
Oh
I'm
no,
Big
he's
Boss,
right.
dude.
He's right. He got me. He got me. I
Ew,
was so
Nitro
confused.
Booster. That
Well, I
automatically
mean,
puts
so,
you on the
but
bottom.
Snake, you don't think that his intention might have been to start a movement, which it seems like he might have done?
He did not, and it will
He
never be a
did.
movement.
He did not. He influenced a lot of TikTok girls to talk about his innocence, and a lot of people
Exactly.
who are bored on a Thursday night
I'm just kind of
to
here.
discuss
I think it's too
or
early
even
to say.
disclose them.
Wait 1 second. Wait,
I'm
but
not saying he definitely started a movement. I think it's too early to say.
but
He
the
did not
question
start a
is
movement.
the
But he
question.
hasn't.
Wait a minute, Mr. Venom. The question is he or is he not a terrorist? That's the question. Should he be executed? Yes or
Yeah, I
no?
think it's
I
yeah,
feel like
I
we
agree with
already
that.
answered
Yeah.
that
Well, I
pretty
don't know if he should be executed.
satisfactorily.
Sure.
Well, that's the discussion. So, Solid Snake, your opinion that he is a terrorist. Mr. Venom, what say you?
But I will add on your point
I think
about
I think if it's the bill.
starting a movement. If you started like a brain dead movement of people hating American healthcare and wanting easy solutions with no real actual solutions that are going to have any tangible effect on our system,
There
then
are
Can I give you guys actually a hot
incredibly
take?
easy
Conspiracy take?
solutions.
What's the easy solution?
Okay, so Penguin.
Uh,
wait, let's just.
Anyone who says there's an easy solution to
So there's
healthcare
two.
is
Yeah,
not a
nationalize
right.
Please tell me.
Okay, we have
Wait,
two.
can I just say?
Nationalize it.
Okay, Penguin.
Okay, so like Canada.
Okay, one at a time. Penguin.
No, like
one at a
Norway, like Sweden, like every other Swedish
Oh, with their
country with
with their
sky high quality
populations of
life.
under 5 million. Hell yeah.
Wait, can I respond? to
Well,
Luigi?
actually, here I can do the math for you right now
Wait,
and explain to you
Penguin.
that we could literally. Yeah,
Okay,
what?
Penguin, the question is Mr. Luigi Mangione a terrorist? What's your opinion?
All right.
I don't
Moving on. You
think
guys
so.
have a good
I
night.
think that is just one of those, like, if you have like lived in the US or heard about the US since 2001, that is just a charge that is now just tacked on to everybody who does anything that the government doesn't like. That's just something you get hit with whenever you
literally
do
Can I ask
anything
another
that daddy
example?
government does not like, that
It
the rich
happens.
do
It
not
happens
like, that
every
the elite
time.
do not
So
like.
can I ask for 2 more examples?
Wait,
Where you
just
think terrorism was unfairly tacked on?
Yeah, 1 second, solid snake. So, Mr. Penguin, is he or is he not a terrorist? I didn't get a square. I didn't get.
I just said no. I just said
But
that
you
I
said
do not
it's
think
just.
no.
Wait a minute.
terrorist.
You said it's tacked on since 01. So, is it tacked on or not?
I think it's a wrongful charge that
He
has
doesn't
been
seem to
tacked
believe in
on
terrorism as a concept.
by a
so it
corrupt
would be
justice
impossible.
system that favors the elite over the common people.
Well, that's why
That is
you
what I
vote.
believe is
You
happening
vote
right
for the
now. That's why I
president.
believe he's been charged with terrorism. They want to make an example out of him because they were afraid of what he did, of what his action meant, of what it showed
Okay.
to people.
I think that displays an insane amount of ignorance.
Wait.
That the actual
Solid
people
snake.
are
Solid
feeling
snake.
danger.
No. Solid snake. Be nice. Be nice. So,
No,
Penguin.
that's just an ideologically captured position. It's like
Hold
brain
on.
dead.
Well, hold on, Penguin. Look, when civilized society has a criminal, then civilized society wants to send a message urgently. Don't do that. So civilized society
Okay, so
punishes.
sure, yeah.
hmm So
Don't
is he?
do
Yeah. So civilized
okay,
society.
so look.
Yeah. hmm
Yeah, civilized society, that. But you have to remember, if you want to talk about society, this society was literally built on doing what Luigi did. You have to remember that. The American Revolution, enshrined in the Second Amendment of our Constitution,
I'm sorry.
is the ability.
Is a healthcare CEO a member of government?
Hold on,
I can't
Solid
He's
Snake.
not a member of government,
Solid
but
Snake.
he does represent tyranny. He
No, he
does
doesn't.
represent tyranny. He does represent oppression
Who does?
of the common people. And in our
represents?
country,
How so?
our
does he
country,
represent that?
you have
How-
the
Can I
right
ask-
to buy
how
a
is
weapon
he-
to defend yourself from
Wait,
tyranny.
1 second.
How is he oppressing people?
No,
It's not
Solid Snake.
oppression if you have ability to vote for it.
No, dude.
Wait, 1
He's
second.
on the ropes.
Hold on. No.
Because this
Hold
makes
on.
no sense.
Solid Snake, 1 second. Penguin, I'm still not getting a clear answer. is Luigi a terrorist?
Bro, he
according-
said it.
Please
he
stop
said
asking
so
that.
many
We're
times.
moving
said
past
no
that
for
point.
like
We're
Times
four
no,
Stop
times.
dude.
asking that, man.
I said like 5
Stop
times no.
asking.
He doesn't even believe in terrorism as a concept, from what I can tell.
No, I
So
mean,
it's
what do you-
impossible to
Dude,
believe.
So- wait, hold on.
your like definition of terrorism includes like anyone who's
Wait,
killed anyone
wait.
ever, bro.
How
Do
does
you
Okay.
believe in terrorism?
Wait, one
Wait.
second.
Penguin? How does a
Terrorism is when
CEO
people
of a
die, but I
healthcare
don't agree with it.
Okay, there's
how does a CEO of a healthcare company represent tyranny in any
no,
form?
guys, hold on. That look, we have a question.
Well,
The
it's
name.
because you're allowed to buy healthcare from anyone else, so you're stuck.
Hold on.
Oh,
And the
Solid
tyranny.
Snake.
CEO,
Everyone,
he personally
look,
declines
there
your
is
claims.
the room has a name.
I mean, he
We-
is the one who implemented the thing of
Hold
the
on.
AI
Wait,
that like
Penguin.
denies thousands of people. So
Penguin.
yeah, he does
Penguin.
kind of personally.
Mr. Penguin.
What?
The name of the room.
Penguin.
Hold on, please. The name of the room
Dude,
is
Mr. Slade,
Louis-
nobody cares about the question, bro. I'm sorry.
Look,
whoever
all right,
doesn't care.
I do not believe
whoever
that
doesn't-
Luigi Mangione is a terrorist.
Okay, hold
Does
on.
that answer your
One-
question?
Just before
There
then,
we go.
whoever doesn't care about the name of the room is welcome to leave. So right now, the name you can create a different room with a different question.
No, you're just derailing the conversation to ask the same question over and over again.
Luke, please.
I'm
You
sorry.
can
I'm
create your
I'm trying to
own.
be respectful.
It's fine. I'm
You want me
I'm
to?
being I'm
you
being
want me to like
I get where you're
explain my
coming from.
position, or do you want me to just like say the same thing over and over again?
No,
So
Penguin.
you've done both.
No, we need. I look. Whoever wants to have a different conversation, go create your own room. It's fine. I'm saying
Mr.
it.
Slave, I'm actually gonna defend Penguin here. We have established this. We've drawn our lines.
No,
I think
Yeah.
Penguin believes he's not a
Penguin-
terrorist.
No, he does. No, that's not true because Penguin
That's what I
rejects.
said.
No, because
Oh my
Penguin
God, dude,
rejects.
why
That's what I
are
said.
you doing?
Hold on. Penguin rejects the entry in the dictionary for the word terrorism. So Penguin rejects the name of the room. Penguin claims the name
No, he
of the
doesn't.
room is not well defined.
He thinks it's just a broad category that applies to everything.
Fine.
That's
So
different.
that's
Which is
called,
an insane take, but it's
it's
his
fine.
take, so he's
It's
allowed
no,
to
no,
say
no.
it.
It's
what
no.
I
So
said.
Penguin, when you enter a room that has a name, if you don't know the meaning of the name of the room, you can ask. We could have a discussion
No,
about.
Mr. Slave.
Mhm.
Penguin brings up a fair point. If he rejects the concept of terrorism,
Yes,
which I
then
entirely disagree with,
it's fine.
that's actually a great defense for Luigi not being a
It's
terrorist.
fine.
If he doesn't think a terrorist is
It's good. We can have a
like
discussion. No. We can have a discussion. Look, if I present a proposition
What we were
and
doing.
Penguin
we were
is
having a discussion.
rejecting one of the terms that I'm using as mal-defined, then it's great. We can have a discussion about the definition
I
of the
didn't say that the
terminology.
term was mal-defined. I said that your
Rejecting it
definition, your
wholly.
specific definition of the term,
My
is
de-
too
Penguin.
broad. I said that
I
your
didn't
Do you
define it.
have
specific
a more
definition.
specific example you'd like to use
Solid
for
Snake, 1
terrorism?
What do you
second.
mean?
Solid Snake, 1 second. Mr. Penguin, I never defined. I don't think I ever defined terrorism.
Okay.
So
Would you like to?
would
Would
I
you
like
like to
to?
do
But
that now then?
I would. We
Okay, you
could.
almost said terrorism is Middle Eastern people.
Hold on.
Dude, good take.
Hold on. Look,
Oh.
It's not
Penguin.
a joke. It's just a joke.
He's
Okay.
Italian though, so it's close.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Penguin.
He's brown enough.
Hold
Tackle me,
on.
Honor.
He's
Wait,
across the area.
everybody,
He's
please.
across from the Arabian Sea
Solid,
from being a
solid,
terrorist.
solid. All right, look, Penguin.
Italians are not terrorists. Come on. Be
Penguin.
real.
We could enter negotiation about defining a term, but you've already. You seem to have a
I don't negotiate with terrorists though.
no, but we could negotiate the terminology.
As my
of the
dad Bush said.
Anyway, look, Penguin. So, right, there is a legal entry in the book of laws about terrorism.
Which is
So,
what we've defined.
Sure.
so, are you familiar with that?
Yeah, and I summarized it.
Yeah,
Was
I'm
I incorrect on my
familiar. What
summary?
It means the unlawful use of it means using violence against civilians in the pursuit of political aims. It means using non-combatants or attacking,
You caught an interesting
threatening.
thing I guess I didn't. Unlawful use. I actually do think that's part of the legal definition, which is an interesting take in and of itself, right?
Okay, so Penguin, let's
Yeah, it'd be hard to
say
conceptualize a
let's
form
take
of
what
like a
you
lawful use of violence. but-
Penguin, let's take what you defined. So do you think Luigi falls under that definition? Yes or no?
So that idea would kind of like, okay, so basically, is Luigi a terrorist under the definition of using violence against civilians for like a political aim? And I would not consider that. I would not consider that to be a thing. Because going back
Then
to
why
what
did
Solid
he?
Snake said earlier about like, oh, if your wife cheats on you and you
Wait,
kill
Penguin,
her,
I'm sorry.
that's just like an act of
Penguin, I'm sorry to cut you off. I don't understand what you just said. So I'll ask again. Do you think
What the fuck
answer
is going on right now? We were actually having a like good conversation, and now you've just like thrown it all away.
Quirl Docs, I'm gonna have to mute you, so stop. Penguin, please answer the question with
I'm gonna
yes.
start another
You guys
VC.
have a
Anyone's
good
welcome
night.
to join.
Oh man,
Yeah, I'm
that's
gonna start
funny.
another VC. It's ridiculous.
This piece is so funny.
Yeah. Okay, so Penguin, I'll ask again. Just give me. Let's start with a yes or no, if possible. So, does Luigi fall into the definition of a terrorist? Yes or no?
You said no.
I said, yeah, I would say no.
Mhm.
And do you want me to explain why?
Sure.
Penguin, can I take a guess from
No,
listening to
Solid
you?
Snake.
You
No,
allow me to
Solid
do that?
Snake.
Just let me
No,
talk for a
Solid.
bit.
No,
Let me talk.
bad boy.
So
No.
there are
Penguin, can you
several
just let me prove you've said
reasons.
this like 50 times? I'm backing you up,
Solid
bud.
Snake. You spoke a lot. Let me now negotiate with Penguin. Go ahead, Penguin.
All right, look, just let me speak. So what I was saying is, as Solid said before, he does not consider, and I do not either,
Penguin,
like
I'm sorry.
revenge killing.
Penguin, I'm sorry to interrupt.
What?
It's between me and you. Let's forget about anyone else.
Okay,
So
whatever. So all right, whatever. I do not consider like acts of vengeance to be terrorism. Like if your like wife is cheating on you or whatever the hell and you like kill her, that's murder. Sure. What Luigi did was murder. And if you want to go into the ins and out of whether that was justified, that's a whole different thing.
No. Wait.
But
wait.
was it
Well, it can't
terrorism?
be justified because it's murder. But sure.
Wait, hold on, Luke. 1 second.
Well, it was a
Wait,
killing then.
No, hold on.
And I think it
Penguin.
was.
Wait,
But that's not the point.
Wait, Penguin. So you think Luigi does not fall under terrorism?
No, I do not think
Wait,
he falls under
how?
terrorism
He wrote
for
a
the reason I
political
just said
manifesto.
of it being an act of vengeance.
What do you mean vengeance? What do you mean?
Wait, no, he wrote a political manifesto about the American healthcare
Dude, so do like
system
half of
and
all
the
school
elites.
shooters. Are those all terrorism?
Yeah, but
now,
that
too?
would mean it implies some political motivation,
Wait,
which is the
Penguin.
factor you're saying
Penguin,
that's not present.
Right, Penguin. You don't think Luigi's motivated by a political goal? Why did he murder?
I don't think that healthcare
Okay,
is
hold on.
political. That's the
Penguin.
issue. I don't think that's.
Penguin,
I don't think that's a political
motive?
thing. I don't think
Hold on.
people should not be killed by healthcare is a political statement.
Penguin,
You can say that it shouldn't be political, but the fact is that it is.
Wait.
Right?
Right. No. It's
Right, but that's
Penguin,
not. That's
hold on.
distance from
Hold
politics.
on,
That's
hold
not
on,
about politics.
Hold on, Penguin. Please answer the question. Why did Luigi execute the CEO?
It was because the CEO in question ruined the lives of thousands of people, and he has caused the
people?
end or financial ruin of thousands of people. That is why Luigi killed him, and due to his track record, that is why everybody is now celebrating his killer. That is why. That's the reason.
So Luigi is not motivated to have a political impact.
I think that's up to the courts to decide.
No,
at
no,
this
no.
point,
Your
because
opinion.
I've already said my
Your
piece.
no, no, no. Your
I've-
opinion. Your opinion. You don't
Well,
think
my opinion is
Luigi?
no.
He's not motivated. He doesn't want to create a political impact.
Because as I just said, I don't think that healthcare is. I don't think this is a political issue, and you can see that it's not a political issue because basically everyone agrees with his actions. That's the thing.
No, that's not true. So untrue.
Wait.
Look at any poll in America.
No, no. Hold on. Look 1 second. Look 1
The
second.
polls are very
Look,
split.
look. Let
Dude.
me. I let the room have a long discussion. Right now, I want to get back to talking to Penguin. So, Penguin, all you're saying is that healthcare is not politics, right? If we, right, why would you say? Why are you making this distinction that healthcare is not politics?
Because you're trying to say that he was politically motivated when he was motivated by something that any normal society understands is not part of politics.
But what do you mean? But
you being able to freaking
Penguin,
not die of freaking cancer
hold
is
on.
not a political issue.
Wait. So, Penguin, you agree that there are laws about healthcare, right? Healthcare is regulated, right, by the legal system, right?
Sure.
So, isn't the legal system part of politics? Aren't politicians the ones who legislate the legal system?
If you want to make the argument that anything regulated by the government is political, then everything is political except crack cocaine.
Wait a minute. I mean, yeah, I mean, I would say that most, yeah, I mean, if it's regulated, what do you mean that I'm making? So you don't think?
Then it just goes back to what I was saying before, that everything is terrorism under these definitions. Because okay, your premises are as follows: if you engage in violence with the intent to change something, anything at all, that has anything to do with the government, that's terrorism. And everything that is regulated by the government, so basically everything, is part of the government and therefore political. So under your definition, basically any kind of violence that has any type of purpose beyond just the violence itself is an act of terrorism.
I don't understand why you're. I feel like you're playing some game right now. So
I'm playing Minesweeper right now.
Okay.
I mean, he's correct. I think Penguin has a point. Like, you cannot call everything a terrorist, right? We do not know what his motivation was. We just know he was angry at the CEO, so he murdered him. That's it. There's no movement, right? What movement up here? There's no movement. There's no political movement.
No, the question is.
I mean, he certainly did seem to have an effect on the American people, but it's very clear.
I'm not talking about
by the comments of these
The only
people.
effect, the only effect he had was make TikTok girls wet. That's the only effect.
No, hold on,
That's crazy. That's it.
Mr. Finland, hold on. Look, Mr. Penguin, I don't care about the effect. I care about the intent, right? When we deal with crime, we look at intent. I don't care about the effect. I don't think we can judge by the effect. But we can judge the intent. I mean, he seemed to be motivated politically, right?
I don't know about that. If you consider healthcare to be politics, then sure, he was motivated politically. But I don't consider healthcare to be politics.
Okay.
What's your definition of what is politics then?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't want to. No. I don't want to get into semantics. Yeah, let's assume for the purpose of this discussion, let's make an assumption that the definition of healthcare is political. So then we are in agreement. Okay. So you agree?
I mean, if it was, then yeah, sure, it was terrorism.
Well,
completely justified, mind you. But then, yeah, if you want to say that literally every sector of our country, every like material service and
no
like
healthcare.
good
No,
that can be bought and
no,
sold,
Bro, I'm gonna
no.
just say
then yeah, it was
he
terrorism.
spit facts and he was being real as fuck. So
Okay,
Luigi
fine,
is a real
Fuse.
ass dude.
Yeah.
All right, one
Yeah,
second.
bro.
So
Free
Penguin,
Luigi, bro.
Penguin, just no. We didn't say everything. We just said healthcare. Let's assume, right? Let's just define that, right? Healthcare, since healthcare is legislated, it is in the legal system, and the
Who
legislature.
cares,
These are
bro?
the legislature. These are our legislators, which are the politicians. So this is, I would say, squarely falls under the definition of politics.
Mr. Slave, can I reply
Yes.
to you?
Yeah.
So you are correct. It is the definition of healthcare is categorized in politics, right?
Mhm.
But the issue both of you have, Penguin and you, is that he killed the CEO out of hate because of the healthcare system. But a terrorist is called somebody who does something for political reasons, right? For example, a movement. But we cannot assume things. It's not certain. We do not know his motivation. What happens after the murder, that's not dependent on
I'm not
Luigi,
talking about
right?
after. I
He
didn't.
he
Therefore, we
quite
cannot.
literally Luigi was starting a movement though.
I didn't.
You read about it in his
I
manifesto.
Right, but I'm not judging a criminal by a movement that was created after his crime. I can't judge a criminal by that. I can only judge a criminal by his intent. So, was Luigi intending to have a political impact? So, to
We don't
me,
know.
I mean, that's a pretty difficult thing to argue. I mean, you can't really speak for him or like, you know, like say that you know for sure. So, you know, kind of a more difficult thing to talk about.
And Thread, you said he said it in the manifesto. Show the manifesto. Show where he says he did it for a political movement.
Just
So
go
let's
look
read
up Luigi Mangione manifesto. It's like a 2 or 3 page, like
No.
couple
It's
thousand
just a
word thing.
paragraph.
well,
It's not
unfortunately,
long at all.
Mr.
Go read it.
Mr. Luigi
You fucking
claimed.
child.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
please. Okay. So Luigi
rude.
himself said that he's not able to articulate the argument. He said for two purposes: because there's no space to articulate it, and because there's people who are better at articulating the argument. One of them is Michael Moore, if I remember. So
I will be right back. I'm gonna go see what the other guys are doing.
all right,
So we'll see you.
see you. So
Thread, just give me the manifesto, dude.
it's in the side chat. The
Go
whole thing.
Google it, bro.
It's in the side chat. Somebody,
See,
Fucking child.
somebody
Are you,
pasted
are
it.
you
that's
an
not the
idiot?
manifesto.
Mr. Threat, please stop.
I'm
Lanos
just saying, this guy doesn't know how to use
Lawlight.
Google. He's like a fucking child asking for
Thread,
his mom's phone.
Thread, stop. Thread, stop.
The guy that has a phone and asks you what the time is all the
Thread,
time.
Oh,
Thread,
put your big boy pants on. Stop
Thread.
yapping.
Okay, everybody.
Put your big boy pants on, bro. Go
Everybody,
fucking
stop.
use your
Everybody,
keyboard for Google.
okay, guys, stop the nonsense. Don't waste time. Okay, so is anybody on Luigi's side right now that we can debate, or is everybody left here that is against
I
Luigi?
think I'm basically just neutral.
You're
I
neutral.
think
Unless
I mean,
I find
I
I
agree
don't
that
think he should have
he.
murdered him.
I agree that he technically satisfies the definition of terrorist. I just don't think that he's doing anything wrong, though.
So
I
you're.
mean, if he has a manifesto where it says that he did it for political movement, then he is a terrorist.
It
Okay.
doesn't say in those words that he did it for a political movement. It just says that he did it because he doesn't like the healthcare system.
Well, therefore, he's not a terrorist. He's just a murderer.
One second, Lanos Lawlight. So let me understand. So you think he is a terrorist?
I think he satisfies the definition, at least the one that you've put forward.
So if he satisfies the definition, and let's say the punishment is execution, then you're fine with executing him?
Punishment, I'm not even talking about punishment.
Let's assume.
Lots of people
asking.
have satisfied that.
I'm asking. So let's say you're in the jury. Let's say they call you for jury duty and you're in it. You're a juror. How would you vote? Guilty or not guilty, knowing that the punishment is execution?
Not guilty.
Oh, so you don't think then you don't think he is a terrorist. All right, then what
No,
was
I mean,
wait, Lanos.
He's contradicting himself.
Let me
Linus, you're
let me
contradicting yourself.
Okay, it's
let
fine.
me.
Who is
So
terrorist?
It's
first
fine.
of all, with the caveat,
One at a time.
that I do
Lenos,
not know any of the evidence.
we don't
With
know.
the caveat that
No, a lack of knowledge right now is so ask questions. So you don't know, but you said no. You said
no,
not.
you don't know it
You
either. The
but
evidence
you
hasn't
said
been released.
I think
you
there's a lot of confusion here, man. I think he's not a terrorist if, like I said, if we cannot assume what happens after the murder. In his manifesto, he did not mention he did it intended a political movement. He just said, "I did it because I hate the
you
healthcare
don't need
system."
you don't
That's it.
need you don't need to want to create a political movement to be a terrorist. You just need to want to create political impact.
No, that's
Is this
the
guy dead?
definition of terrorism.
No,
You do
no. Wait,
something to change something, right? That's
That
why you
guy is
do it.
dead.
But that was not his goal.
Then what
by your
was
This guy is dead.
okay?
definition,
One at a
no,
time.
just
One at a time. Once. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Finland. What was the intent of Luigi? What was his intent by killing the CEO?
Here's the
What's
thing.
in?
Here- Here's the thing. His intent was because he hated the healthcare system, right? That was his intent. His intent
To
in his manifesto, and or actually, there's no evidence that he did it because he wanted to start a movement, a political
I
movement,
didn't
aka
say.
change the
Wait,
healthcare
no.
system.
Wait, that's not. No, that's two different things. You're saying AKA as
Exactly.
if. No. You're saying
But why
AKA.
are you calling him terrorist?
Wait, but that's the question. There's a question. It's a question mark.
Why are you calling? Because he did not do any boom boom like Muslims. He's not a terrorist.
Hold on one second. The terrorism has the definition of
He's
terror.
right. Samurai is right.
The
Samurai is right.
definition
If
of.
you do boom boom, then you are terrorist.
What do you mean boom boom? Like bomb?
Boom boom like yeah,
No.
bomber man. Boom.
No.
Yeah.
That's not. That's not the definition. That's not the definition. Okay,
Yeah, that is
samurai.
the definition. That
What do
is the
you?
definition of terrorism. They kill 160 people when they go to other
No.
countries,
No. You don't even.
and
No. No. The
just kick the
definition
man. He's
of
clearly just
terrorism
trolling.
is to I think basically commit any crime, not necessarily even murder. Any crime
then
with intent with
no, right now
if
you are wrong. This is not the definition according to United Nations.
Just kick the man. He's
okay,
clearly
as far as
trolling.
I know, but let's assume for the right. I'm the owner of this room, so let's assume the definition of terrorism is committing a crime with political intent. Let's just assume that. So in that case, Mr. Finland, would you say that Luigi is a terrorist? Did he want
What was the definition?
commit a crime with
What was the definition?
political intent? Commit a crime with political intent. So did he commit a crime with political
But
intent?
here's the thing. But he didn't commit a crime because
Well, he murdered the
committed
CEO.
crime. He didn't commit crime for political intent. He
So what was
committed crime because of the politics.
what was his? I don't know what that means. What was his purpose? What was his intent? Why did he commit a crime? What
Like I
motive?
said,
What was the motive?
he didn't. The motive was because he hated the CEO. That's it, and that there's nothing beyond that. Just that's it.
He has cancer in his penis. He cannot fuck a woman because of the healthcare conditions. You did not help him, so he fucked the CEO. Very simple as that.
Okay, Samurai, please stop the profanities.
You can kick him. You know that.
All right, so Mr. Finland, you're saying that Luigi hated the CEO and that's why he murdered the CEO just because he hated him?
Exactly. That's an evidence that we have. We have no other evidence. That's the absolute evidence we have, and because that's the only evidence we have, we cannot assume things. And if we cannot assume things, therefore he's not a terrorist. He's a murderer. And but his murder, there's nothing that justifies his murder either.
Okay,
He's a bad guy,
let's
bad
let's
person, a criminal.
okay, let's say Luigi. Let's say let's say Luigi. What should Luigi have done, or what should be different in order for you to agree that Luigi had political intent?
Okay, I need two things to satisfy the definition of terrorism. Either he has to come up to public, or some way they find out, okay, it was for a movement, for political reasons.
I
He
don't
intended to
understand.
kill the CEO so that the healthcare system changes. We need proof of that. We need to prove some kind of evidence of that. If
That
that happens, then sure, we can call him a terrorist.
so you're saying you need him, you need Luigi, you need to be convinced that the motive for Luigi was to change the health system?
We need some kind of statement, something.
That
We
what?
just need his motivation.
That what? That it was what literally what exactly what are you looking for?
My friend. What I'm trying to say is,
No,
if
just
he
repeat what you
never
said.
even says,
Fine. Just tell me what are you looking for exactly? What
I'm
must
telling right now, we only have
No, what
a
must
showcase of
fine.
him.
What must Luigi do in order for you to agree that he acted, that his motive was political? What must he
He should
do?
drop a
Well,
bomb.
No,
simply
Mr.
tell us. He has to tell us
Tell you what? What do you want him to tell you? Tell me
that
exactly.
it was to
What?
change the healthcare system. That's all he has to say.
That he
He
wants
has to
to
say, I did it
change?
because I want. Yeah, like I said, he
Hmm.
wants the healthcare system to change. That's the same thing as calling it a movement. He has to come and say it. If he doesn't say it, the public won't know. Therefore, he's not a terrorist.
Okay,
He
so
just killed a person because he just
in
killed a
his
person.
is his manifesto, right? You agree that his manifesto is a legitimate source to discover his motive, right?
Not necessarily. It doesn't have to have his motive.
But you agree that we could
I mean,
use his manifesto to figure out his motive, no?
sure. Whatever evidence is fine.
Okay.
It,
All right,
it doesn't matter.
let's read. So he says, reminder, the US has the number one most expensive healthcare system in the world, right? That's
Yeah.
his doesn't that suggest that this is part of his motive?
No.
Wait, what?
That's like saying I stole a candy from a shop because the candy is too expensive for me to pay. But the different, if I want a movement, I would say I'm stealing candy, so every shopkeeper reduces the price. That's called a movement, right? Do you
Look, you
understand the
said
logic I'm trying to say?
no. I don't. I mean, I'm trying to narrow down. I'm trying to pin down what you said. I'm trying to satisfy your request. You said that Mr. Luigi has to be explicit in his motive that it was political. Okay, that it was healthcare, right? Healthcare is it's legislated by legislators,
Oh, let
aka
me type it down.
what?
If you are a Muslim, you are terrorist.
Samurai, stop it.
Okay.
Samurai, I'm gonna mute you if you please don't misbehave. You can leave. You don't have to be here if you're like if you want to misbehave. Okay.
Okay, read the side chat, please.
Yes,
It's much easier to
yes.
just read it.
Finland says thief. I stole candies from the shop because the prices are too expensive. Terrorist. I steal candies from the shop because I want the shops to reduce the price. Look, I understand. You're telling me that a terrorist, in order for you to agree that someone is a terrorist, they have to satisfy a very specific condition that they would say exactly those words. That's obviously that's
Sir,
no such legal system can exist. So a legal system has to show some flexibility. So if Luigi mentioned the healthcare system in his manifesto as part of his justification for his crime, then I don't see how you can say that it's not political.
my friend, we both read the manifesto. You even read it out loud, and I gave you this is say we can compare this to the manifesto. It says I did it because the healthcare system is too expensive. That's all he said. He never said it was
He said,
what
right,
happens after if a move.
he discussed the healthcare system as part of his motivation. Right? That was his motivation. His motivation was the healthcare system. So that's political.
Motivation, where does it say it was his motivation? It was his motivation to kill the CEO, but it wasn't the motivation
No,
it
no.
wasn't a political motivation.
That was the healthcare involved in his motive to commit the crime.
It was the CEO's decision of the healthcare, I guess. But yeah,
No.
I guess yeah.
So you agree that healthcare.
It was because of the healthcare. The answer is yes. The answer is yes.
Okay, so healthcare was involved in the motive of Luigi to commit crime. And then the question,
Yes.
do you agree that healthcare is legislated? Do you agree that there is legislation?
Yes, yes,
Mhm.
it's political. Yes, everything healthcare, it's part of politics. It's
Okay.
categorized as politics.
So right, so the motive for Luigi to commit the crime involved politics, right?
Let me go Google the definition of terrorism.
Let's assume that the definition.
No exceptions. We are gonna find the real definition of terrorism. We're not assuming things.
Look, it's my room, so let's just finish the discussion. Let's just assume a definition and tell me what you think. So, assuming the definition of terrorism is committing a crime with political intent.
Here's the
So,
thing: when you say when you say here's the definition, he has to pursue political aims, right? He didn't pursue political aims. He did it because of politics.
okay, look, it's fine. It's good enough. So, I'm satisfied.
It's not good at it. That no, look. So if we use your definition of a terrorist, then every American is basically a terrorist.
Mr. Finland, look, what I feel is that you're on Luigi's side and you're
No,
defending.
no. I'm not saying I'm not on Luigi's side. I don't give a shit about that guy. In fact, he's a murderer, right? The thing is, you cannot use the word terrorist on everybody. Are you calling all Black Lives Matter people terrorists? Are you calling all
I
the
don't want to
January
change.
6 people terrorists?
I don't want to change the topic. That's a different
What do you
topic.
mean
It's a
topic?
different topic.
We're
I'm
the
not.
topic is terrorism.
No, the
The
topic.
topic is terrorism.
No, but not broad. The topic is Luigi Mangione a terrorist? That's literally the proposition.
And in order to, we have to identify the word terrorist before we can answer that, right?
Yes, yes.
Therefore, the
But you.
topic is also
But
terrorism.
we already presented a definition. We don't need to now discuss other cases.
No,
But
you present
Look,
You
I'm
presented
telling
a
you,
definition. I presented a
it's
definition. We
fine.
have to come in common agreement.
It's fine. Look, Mr. Finland, all I'm
We
saying is
haven't come into a common
it's
agreement.
fine. Look, I'm happy enough. The question is, what I feel is that you're on Luigi's side. It's not important for me
I feel
to,
like you are on Luigi's side.
well, what do you mean now?
See, I can play the same game as you, right? I'm not on his side.
Okay, then okay. What do you mean you're not on his side?
Why would I be on the side of a murderer, right?
A lot of people are on Luigi's side. You wouldn't be the first. Most
No, only TikTok girls are on his side.
No.
A sane person wouldn't be on his side.
No, there's plenty of people who are on Luigi's side. No, of course there's
No, it's just TikTok girls.
no. There's
Luigi is becoming
entire
irrelevant day by day.
no. Okay.
No,
Anyway,
like
look, I'm satisfied enough. I think we had a good discussion. All right, Mr. Finland. Thank you. I'm gonna leave.
but you didn't come to a conclusion though.
But I told you why I feel why you're not conceding all the way. I feel that you have some sympathy.
Look at the side chat. I gave you really good points, and all you said is, "Well, let's give an exception to the definition of terrorism." But that's not how you win a debate.
Look, I'm not really interested in winning a debate. I'm interested in in having a discussion.
Then why are you using the word concede? Why do you want me to concede if you're not interested in winning? You're contradicting
No,
yourself.
no, because I'm saying I feel convinced that you're not conceding for a reason. So once I
If
feel
you don't care about winning, you shouldn't use the word concede.
I'm not I don't I mean well it's I'm not well, I'm not gonna gain a penny from you conceding. I'm
I
I'm
wouldn't gain a penny even if you conceded, right?
yes,
But
okay,
I'm
so
here to win a debate.
no, but oh look, I'm not even happy with the proposition that he is a terrorist. That's not I would gladly skip this discussion and discuss his motive. It's just a discussion. It's just a topic. We can discuss it. It's just basically about the punishment, the crime and the punishment. But the question is much deeper, right? There is a much deeper problem that people feel that Luigi is a hero. Like I could change the name of the room to "Is Luigi Mangione a hero?" And a lot of people would agree that he's a hero. Not only is he not a terrorist, they would say he's a hero. A lot of people feel that, and that's a greater problem. Like we
Well, I
can.
mean,
Mhm.
it's all the only people on the left probably think he's a hero. If you ask somebody on the right, they wouldn't say that. And
I,
the left is currently the minority in America, so we don't even in like a few weeks, Luigi will become irrelevant. Nobody will remember him. Nobody will even discuss about him.
yeah, but sometimes the communists in the Soviet Union were a tiny minority, but they were able to take over. And the same goes for everywhere where communism took over. It's always been the minority that took over. So you always have to be
Don't worry, man. Don't worry. The only person who's taking over is Trump right now. He's becoming president. You don't have to worry about all the legislation he's gonna put out. It's gonna put the minority of the left so low that they can't stand up again, ever again.
You don't know that. You never know with
I can see
communists.
I can smell it, man. I can feel it. I can
Anyway,
feel it.
look,
There's no.
I'm really worried about what's going on in the world and in America. Like the winds of communism are blowing very strong. It's not only communism; it's communism. It goes together with anti-Semitism, with other issues that keep me up at night.
The thing is, The issue in America is American people themselves. Like, to be honest, man, I do not like American people at all. It's because there's the left and the right. They shout at each other. They have different, I guess, political views, but in the end, they're all the same. They're all the same. The left thinks Christians are delusional because they talk poetically and they use verses and like a brainwashed person, and then the right say the left is crazy because all the people color their hairs blue. They have hundreds of pronouns. They're LGBTQ. This they're both crazy. They're both crazy. In Europe, we don't have crazy people like that. So whatever
I don't
happens in
know.
America, it's because
I
it's
don't know.
because of America.
I don't know Europe. I don't know Europe, unfortunately.
Asia doesn't. Asia's even better than Europe.
Oh, look, all I know is the
Asia.
U. Fine, I just know the U.S. and I know that people, disagree. We have disagreements. Right now, there is a very, strong disagreement around Luigi Mangione, and it terrifies me. So this is something I want to discuss.
Yo,
You,
shout
Well,
out
yeah, but
Luigi.
here's the thing. In America, there's school shooters, right? Some people are happy that the guys do the school shooting. Some people say it's bad that they do it. It's gonna
Hey,
be like
true,
this until there's
fucktard.
like a
I've
strong
never heard
government
of
to teach
someone that's
people a lesson.
proud of a school shooting, you fucking retard.
Of course there are. Of course
okay?
there are.
I'm gonna take a break.
In what community? In
So
what community where?
you're telling me the lefties didn't have.
All right. It's a good discussion, but I gotta go. Gotta do stuff. All right, everyone. I'll be back later.